What's up, Ramie?
Hi, Nick.
Feeling good on a hump day?
Great.
Great.
So good.
Just great.
So good, man.
We are ready. So when does it officially become the moment that you just want the game to get here?
It's here. I told Whitey and Watkins that during the break before I came on with them. I just want the game. To be. I want all the games to be here. I want the NBA playoffs here now. I want to get this started.
Now.
Why do we have to wait so long?
This very moment.
This moment.
By the way, before we get into
why didn't I have NBA playoffs to watch while I ate lunch before I came into work? You know what I mean? That should be a thing. They should work around my schedule.
I feel like now that you're on the West Coast and you're getting these games early, now you're just getting greedy. You're like, why not even earlier? Okay. I don't know about you, but I felt great watching that Lakers Timberwolves game that ended at like 10:30. And I was like, man, if this is the East Coast, it's 1:30 in the morning and I'm dead to the world.
That's true.
So take what you can get, sir.
Yeah, they were a little slap happy on TNT after that one. And Charles Barkley said, he was like, it's 1 a.m. What are we doing here?
Oh, yeah.
Why am I here?
Chuck wants nothing to do with those late post-game shows. Absolutely nothing to do with it. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of the show, I do want to share with you, as Simone just mentioned in the update, we have the schedule. It is official. Games 1 through 7. No longer are we just waiting to find out about Game 2. So as we know, Game 1 will happen on Saturday night, 5:30 tip-off G1C. Game 2, Ramie, will now be on Monday. So Monday night. You go Saturday and then Monday. Monday also at the G1C. Tip is at 7 o'clock local time. We'll have game night at 5:30 on Monday. Ramie and I will be down at the Golden One Center.
Yeah, we will.
To broadcast live from the G1C on Monday before Game 2. So
Shirt might come off. We'll see.
Ramie will be broadcasting Monday from the G1C. I'll be back at the studio so I don't have to see him with a shirt off. So it goes Saturday, Monday, and then we have 2 days off in between games. We've got Tuesday and Wednesday, you're off. Game 3, Golden State at the Chase. That's going to be on Thursday, 7 o'clock local tip. And then on Sunday is Game 4, again from Chase, and that will be a 12:30 tip. So get up early and be ready on Sunday for Game 4.
Like
yes.
12:30?
Yeah, because these times are Eastern. So
I guess that's what I asked for.
3:30 Eastern.
I wanted it at lunchtime. I wanted some playoff basketball while I eat lunch.
There you have it. You'll have it on Sunday. You'll be able to have brunch.
Obliged.
You'll have brunch and you'll watch Game 4. So Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, games 1 through 4. 5:30, 7, and then 12:30 are your tip times. If you're wondering which station is going to be carrying these games, obviously Saturday primetime, that's the ABC slot. And then your Monday and Thursday night games 2 and 3 will be on TNT. And then on Sunday, you're back to ABC.
Ooh.
So that's the shakeout of that. 5 through 7, don't ask me as far as times and television stations. I can tell you if it goes to a Game 5, that'll be Wednesday. If it goes to a Game 6, that'll be Friday. And if it goes to a Game 7, that'll be Sunday. So in all, games 1 through 7, Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Sunday. That is your full 1 through 7 schedule.
Gotcha, I think.
It's not really too difficult to remember if you just think about it this way. Games 1 and 2, you got 1 day off. You've got 1 day off, games 5 through 7. And then you got 2 days off for 3 and 4. So Monday, then you got Tuesday, Wednesday off. Then you have Friday, Saturday off. And then you play on Sunday. Then you got Monday, Tuesday off. And then
that's not bad.
You've got Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday, Saturday off.
I was complaining yesterday that these series take too long. That's not too bad.
It's not terrible.
Not too bad at all.
So April 30th. We'll be at the end of April.
Okay.
So 7 games in 18 days, not even 18 days from today. So 7 games in like 15 days, 16 days.
But it's going to be Kings in 3. So
of course.
Yeah.
Unless Golden State decides not to show up, right? And then you go Kings in 2.
If they don't show up for Game 3, then it'll be Kings in 2. Yeah, it's just a matter of how embarrassing these first 2 are.
That is your schedule all laid out for you. Hopefully many of you are aware of it. I'm sure you are, but that's what we're looking at. Speaking of this series, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. Ramie, which King do you think in this series has the most to prove?
It's De'Aaron Fox. And you really could say You could say Doma. I mean, there's a bunch of guys. The reason I say De'Aaron Fox, the dude's been here for a third of this. You know what I mean? When we talk about the playoff drought, he's been here for a third of this. And on top of that, last year, the Kings were going to trade Fox or Halliburton. You know what I mean? And Kings fans, from what I understand, not that they necessarily wanted Fox traded, but they did not want Tyrese Halliburton traded, and they were upset about it. And what that did was put that much more pressure on De'Aaron Fox to deliver and to perform, because you could have been Tyrese Halliburton. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that's how a lot of Kings fans were looking at him after that. Like, okay, man, they're putting all their eggs in that basket. Time for you to deliver. You know what I mean? And it's not single-handedly on him, but he was a lottery pick. Like I said, he's been one of the guys who's been up front and one of the faces of this franchise for the first 5 years of his career, which is a third of the longest playoff drought that was going in professional North American sports up until they clinched a playoff spot a few weeks ago. He's got the most stink to wash off of him. You know what I mean? When you talk about the last 16 years and what that's been for Kings fans, he's got the most of that stink to wash off of him. And he's gone a long way in doing it. Yeah. But Kings fans want some playoff victories now.
I agree with you. I think it's Fox. And first of all, I know JJ's had this question ever since I got here to Sacramento. JJ has consistently asked, is De'Aaron Fox a 1A? And JJ has said, I just don't think he's that guy. I think he's really good. I think he's an all-star. Looks like he's going to possibly make an all-NBA team this year. But is De'Aaron Fox a 1A on a playoff team that can make a run? This is the first step. De'Aaron Fox can prove in this series that, hey, I might be capable of that. You want to take me seriously when you talk about 1As in the NBA. This is his chance to prove that he is a 1A guy. I also think as far as how he reacts to certain things, Ramie, on the floor. And what I mean by that is I think he's going to see blitzes. I think he's going to see double teams. I'm not going to say consistently. I'm not going to say throughout all of these games. But De'Aaron Fox, he was tested with this during the regular season, and he had some moments where he looked unsure, uncomfortable. The offense got stagnant. He has to learn how to deal with double teams. He has to learn how to deal with being blitzed at half court, higher pickup points. And I think he'll see this in the postseason. And so that's also a step in his progression. I also want to see De'Aaron be aggressive. And I'm saying aggressive from the jump through the end of the game. Doesn't mean you have to take 25 shots. But we've talked about this. I don't have an issue with De'Aaron taking 3 or 4 threes in a game as long as they're the right threes. What I don't want to see is De'Aaron Fox settling. De'Aaron Fox is not a guy who should be settling for threes. He's a guy who should be using his quickness to get to the bucket. He's a guy, especially in the postseason, Ramie, to utilize his quickness to get to that mid-range jumper that is so great for him. I want to see that aggressiveness from De'Aaron Fox.
And we talked yesterday about the notion and the misled notion that referees sort of swallow their whistles when we get to the playoffs. Fouls actually go up. And if De'Aaron Fox is aggressive and attacking the basket, he should get to the free throw line quite a bit. And if he's not getting to the free throw line quite a bit while being aggressive, I know you said we're not going to talk about the officiating unless it's egregious during this series, Nick. There will be something to talk about, because that dude going to the basket and the way that fouls have been called in the past, in the recent past, when we talk about the NBA playoffs, that equation should lead to De'Aaron Fox getting to the free throw line a ton. If he's aggressive and attacks the basket, and if he's not, something's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it won't take Kings fans very long to accuse the NBA and its officials of star treatment for Steph and Clay and Draymond and the Golden State Warriors and the dynasty if De'Aaron Fox isn't getting those calls. And don't get it twisted, that's something that the Kings will be thinking about too, if they're not getting the calls early on, of like, are we playing the referees here too? Because they haven't been shy about saying they know that that's out there and that happens.
And one final thing about Fox, why I think I agree with you that he has the most to prove defensively. I think Fox has been much better this year defensively. We've talked about it ad nauseum. But this series, man, Steph Curry, Fox, He's going to be in constant motion, constant movement, a big challenge. Steph Curry has roasted the Kings this year in the regular season. That can't happen in this series. And if you are fortunate enough to get through Curry, you might have to. If you're De'Aaron Fox, you might have to play Steph Curry, Ja Morant, and CP3 in this run.
Mm-hmm.
So defense, top of mind as well. All right, your thoughts on this question. Who do you think is the King with the most to prove starting this playoff run this season? 916-339-1140 is your text line. The phone lines are open for you to answer that question, 1-800-920-1140. Don't forget, swing on by YouTube. You can watch Ramie and I. You could watch Baby Yoda hanging out. Baby Yoda in the studio again today. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140.
Keep it together today?
I'm going to try my best. And when you swing on by the YouTube channel, make sure you give us that thumbs up.
Can I say real quick, by the way, Nick, I don't mean to interrupt your spiel, but
good.
I was dying. I went home and watched that whole segment again. I was crying.
I don't know what happened to us. I don't even know what happened to us.
I did the same thing with Kelly last night.
Yeah. There was 2 or 3 times last night after I watched it where I just thought about it and busted out laughing.
Yes.
Just sitting there myself on the couch.
I'm going to try to stay away from looking at the hand today. Just try to stay away from the hands and the fingers as best as I can. But swing on by. Cattles, Ramie, Baby Yoda, Sactown Sports. We'll get to your reaction. Also, what did Draymond say about the Kings now? Find out in 90 seconds.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The last time the Kings won the Pacific Division, Weber and Peja were rocking Arco Arena.
Weber with a rebound. Kings break out. They've got 4 on 3. Right wing feed Christie. Touch pass. Peja behind the back of Weber.
20 years later, Fox and Domas have turned Golden One Center into a madhouse.
Fox to Sabonis. Sabonis scores in the low post.
Congratulations to the Sacramento Kings for winning the Pacific Division title for the first time since 2003.
And the Sacramento Kings have just won a Pacific Division championship.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Monte Poole from NBC Sports Bay Area joins us in 15 minutes. Give you a peek at the Warriors and what they're thinking heading into this series. What did Draymond Green say about the Kings now? Get to that in a couple of minutes. But first, let's get to some of this reaction. Which King has the most to prove? That is your question this hour. 916-339-1140 is the text line. The phone number, 1-800-920-1140. MIDrock, YouTube.com. Of course, when you watch us, listen to us, YouTube, you can also chat with fellow listeners and us. I pop in. Ramie doesn't. I pop in from time to time.
Once in a while.
MIDrock, YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Fox said it himself because Ramie and I both agree that Fox is the one with the most to prove. He's too bleeping nice. I do think Fox has shown a little bit of that.
And the nasty?
Yeah, a little bit of that edge.
The dog?
This year.
Exactly.
A little bit of the talking trash.
Thank you, Kevin.
Back and forth. A little bit of that. Linda Herald, YouTube. Was Yoda an unlucky charm for the Laker Timberwolves game?
Maybe.
That fourth quarter was brutal. That fourth quarter sucked. Sucked. I'm not going to get that 20 minutes or so back to my life.
It was awful.
Nobody watching that game enjoyed that fourth quarter.
That was awful.
Lakers fans did not even enjoy that fourth quarter, and they came back. Awful.
Just a terrible, terrible display of basketball.
We'll talk more about that game a little bit later.
That's exactly what it was.
Pepe Guns, YouTube, Kings in 3. He's with you, Ramie.
There we go.
Kings in 3.
Let's get that trending.
Talking about the long layoff, waiting for game 1. I feel like we're all just ready for this series to start. David Neal, it's like Super Bowl week. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
It is like
sitting
Super Bowl
around
week.
waiting.
TCG, good afternoon, everyone. T-minus 3 days. Yes, that is the countdown. And back to who has the most to prove. The text line says the bench has the most to prove.
There's a good case to be made for the bench. When you look at how inconsistent every one of those guys have been, Malik Monk has been obviously their best player off the bench, and he's been inconsistent. You look at what Trey Lyles has done lately. Terrence Davis, remember out of the All-Star break, Terrence Davis had those 2 or 3 games where we were like, oh, okay, he gets it. And he had those quotes saying, we understand what this means for the city and the fans and everything else. We're like, all right, Terrence Davis, this is second half TD. Maybe this, and he's kind of cooled off. I don't really know who you can necessarily depend on off that Kings bench right now. They've shown flashes. I don't know that anybody's counting on offense from Davion Mitchell. Maybe he helps come in and lock down Steph Curry a little bit throughout the series. But as far as scoring, I don't know that there's anybody that you can
count on Malik.
Really count on. Yeah, but we know Malik can go cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The full Malik, the full monk, as we call it.
The full monk.
The full monk.
Monk gonna monk. I did a radio hit today in Vegas for my buddy Q, and I got into that a little bit about Monk, the roller coaster. The roller coaster of Malik Monk.
We didn't know which team he was playing for.
Yeah, the monk gonna monk. Dwayne Baker, Fox has the most to prove. He also says that he does not buy the inexperienced thing for a second with this team. Well, okay. I don't know how you can't buy the inexperience because they're pretty much inexperienced. There's 3 guys that have played NBA playoff games on this team.
Experience matters, man. Yesterday, when I was doing the crosstalk with Whitey and Watkins, they dropped an interesting number on me, Nick. 4 guys on their roster have more combined playoff minutes than the entire Kings roster.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Which, on the one hand, and this is how I flipped it on him. On the one hand, like we were just talking about, experience, right? And there's no replacing experience. Those guys have been there, done it. They know how big the moments are. They're not intimidated by it. You know what I mean? On the flip side of it, miles. That's miles on those guys, man. You know what I mean? When teams win championships, you always hear them talk the next year about how long the previous season was, how short their off season was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a factor. The Warriors have a lot of miles on those legs, more than most guys who have played as many years as they have or are as old as they have. They have extra miles, extra minutes on those legs, and that has an impact and will be a factor as well. Can they keep up with the Kings if this thing goes 7 and the series is as fast as we think it is and with no more than 2 nights off at any point throughout the series?
All right, let's get to Draymond Green, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. Let's not forget what Draymond said before the season. He was on the Shop Uninterrupted when he was part of this conversation.
It's not a night that I show up and I don't want to be a dog, especially if it's LeBron coming in, if it's a Giannis coming in, because them the games I live for. Easy.
You ready for them?
Easy. It's the nights I show up and we playing against the sorry.
The Sacramento Kings.
I can't play.
Oh, the Kings?
The Kings stink. You name them. OKC right now.
OKC.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, the
Kings make it better this year, I hope.
Again, he left it at the end with the Kings
Cushioned
could
it.
get better.
He softened the blow a little bit, right?
Draymond Green was on with Chris Haynes on This League podcast this week, and he was, of course, asked about what he said on the Uninterrupted, and here's what Green had to say.
Well, quite frankly, if people go back and watch that episode, it was actually Mav saying who those teams were, and I agree. But in saying that, like I said, you know me, I'm always stand on everything I say. The Kings have sucked. Like, let's just face it. Since I've been in the NBA, they have sucked. They have not made the playoffs since I've been in the
almost
NBA.
Spit my drink out like Stan Van
So it's not like some like bulletin board of disrespect. It's actually a fact. They are who we were when I came into the NBA. They're changing that. I also said on that episode now, the Kings got Mike Brown, and I expect that to change. What Mike Brown has gone to Sacramento and done, is absolutely amazing. I expect him to continue taking that franchise upward in the right direction. And, I give credit. I give them their props. They're doing a great job.
Little bit of jazz there at the end. So Draymond, look.
He's playing very nice.
Well, we have to recognize, and I've said this, like the national talk, right? We've talked about this all year long. The national talk before this season, you did not give the national media much to work with as an organization.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't good. And so there weren't going to be many good things said about you. Green, he is right. I don't think he's lying at all when he says, well, go back and listen. I said that they stunk. They have stunk. They were like us when I first got into the league. There are levels to this. And I don't know. Maybe this is going to end up being totally wrong. Not on the floor. I do think on the floor you'll see some of the antics, especially if the Warriors are having some issues against the Kings. But I do think Green might be more reserved in this matchup because of his friendship and respect for Mike Brown.
You think that's why he's playing nice?
Not just that. I mean, I think if he came out and said they stink, then that's not true. I mean, they're the third seed in the Western Conference. Also, there's this pro wrestling mentality. If you're about to face somebody, you want to build that person up who you're wrestling, because if you beat that person after saying they're the best, then that makes you the best.
Much more impressive.
If you get on the microphone and you say this guy stinks, he can't wrestle, and you beat him, well, you beat a guy who stinks and can't wrestle.
Yeah, that might be it, and the Mike Brown factor might be it too. I don't trust it. I think he's just luring you in. You know what I mean? I think once this thing gets going and they get out there on the court, Draymond ain't gonna be as nice, as respectful.
No, that's what I said on the floor.
Yeah.
On the floor, he be ready for the antics. But
if the series gets ugly in any way, Draymond he'll bark in the media as well, and on his award nominated podcast.
I don't think he said anything out of school at all. I thought he was, again, no cap. Thought it was good stuff from Draymond, and we'll see.
Very nice.
We'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, quick update here on Andrew Wiggins. Bob Myers was on 95.7 The Game earlier today. He told Steiny and Guru, my guy Guru on the game there. Talked to those guys, said that Andrew scrimmaged yesterday. He looked good. All indications are that Andrew will be able to go. Not sure how many minutes he'll get. So Wiggins is going to play, it looks like, just not sure if he's going to play 20, 30, 40 minutes. We don't know.
It's getting more and more difficult.
So, Wiggins, we talked about it yesterday. I think he's a significant X factor in this series. Significant. By the way, first round playoff coverage on Sactown Sports is brought to you by National Garage Door. Find out more at nationalgaragedoor.com. We talk Warriors Kings with NBC Sports Bay Area's Monte Poole coming up next.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I think it should be illegal for Warriors fans to do any sort of chant or anything in our arena.
Illegal.
Make Warriors gear and chants illegal at Golden One Center and subject to immediate expulsion. Who votes no on that? Is that snowflakey of me? Yes. Do I care? No.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers. Spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
Great team, great team. Where's the defense? Defense! Okay, everyone take a break. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking, when is something too good to be true? when it probably is. And had I not experienced it for myself, this spectacular season would definitely qualify as too good to be true. So everyone out there in Radio Land, continue to enjoy. Something else that could seem too good to be true is Good Feet Arch Supports. But trust me, I've experienced firsthand the comfort, balance, and support possible with Good Feet Arch Supports. And so have countless others who have pretty much given up hope. It's time you felt good again. Take your feet to the Good Feet store for a free personalized arch support fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support missing in your life. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
Let's cheers to the champions. Join us for the 50th anniversary of the 1973 World Series Championship team with a pregame ceremony on Sunday, April 16th. Celebrate Gene Tennis, Vita Blue, Raleigh Fingers, and many more A's legends.
The next pitch deep to right field. It is going. It is gone. Goodbye. Two-run home run by Reggie Jackson.
Tickets are available at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Make your New Year's resolutions yet? Let me help. Trade out of that old car and into something safe and reliable, like a new Folsom Lake Kia with a low payment. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family owned for over 20 years.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A,
Chris Young,
Brett Eldridge,
and so many more.
plus a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $80. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughty Wood Barbecue.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. It's Simone with your Sactown Sports headlines. The coveted NBA playoff calendar dropped this afternoon. Ride with us as Cattles and Ramie highlight all of the need-to-know dates for this highly anticipated first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs. Otherwise in the association, last night the play-in tournament jumped off. The Atlanta Hawks two-stepped over the Miami Heat with a final score of 116-105. The Lakers of La La Land skid past the shorthanded Timberwolves squad in an overtime 108-102 victory. Tonight on the play-in docket, Chicago Bulls go international squaring up with the Toronto Raptors, and the Oklahoma City Thunder slide down to the Big Easy to tussle with the Pelicans of New Orleans.
Pelican play.
And finally, as Sacramento continues to gear up for the Battle of I-80, Sactown Sports has your chance to score the hottest seats in the NBA. Head to SactownSports.com and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center, all courtesy of Quick Quack Car Wash. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Please welcome in Monte Poole of NBC Sports Bay Area to Cattles and Ramie right now.
One brings Makloff magic, while the other, we're still trying to figure that out.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Say the joker to the thief. There's too much confusion.
All right, right back to Warriors Kings. We are awaiting Monte Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area, scheduled to join us on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline in just a minute. Get the Warriors viewpoint If you're just joining us, Bob Myers on the game in San Francisco says that Andrew Wiggins looks like he's going to play in game 1. Not sure about the minutes.
I don't believe him.
Okay.
Not saying he's lying.
Well,
I'm just saying.
just did.
No, I'm just saying I don't take him at face value. He may be telling the truth. I just don't necessarily believe him. You know what I mean?
You think there could be some shenanigans going on?
Gamesmanship.
A little bit of shenanigans?
Gamesmanship is what I call it. You know what I mean? You don't want the Kings to know what to prepare for, how much Andrew Wiggins they have to prepare for. Keep them guessing. I would do the same thing.
In the YouTube chat, 916, Scooter 916, really need Monk and Lyles to get back to form. Lyles is super important. Looked good the last couple games. Hopefully he's out of his funk now. Yeah, he did make a few shots, which was nice to see because he was brutal post-shoulder injury. Could not throw the ball in the ocean. All right, let's get to Monte Poole. Monte Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area Warriors analyst. He's on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Monte, thanks for the time. It is very much appreciated, sir. Let's start with Andrew Wiggins. He could be an X factor in this series. I think if he plays, he will be. But what are reasonable expectations for him, Monte, from your point of view, since he has sat for so long?
Yeah, I think he will be in the starting lineup. But initially, he will be there'll be a minutes restriction. My guess is that it'll be somewhere between 20, 24 minutes maybe, and he'll ramp his way up as the series goes on, and maybe at some point get to the 30s. But the long absence is a factor, and so there's no way you can have him come back and play 35 minutes the first game back. So, but I do think he will start. There's been some question about that, but I still believe that he will be in the starting lineup.
With this Warriors team, they haven't looked like the Golden State Warriors at times this season. They close out strong, winning 8 of 10, 4 of their last 5. Do you think their struggles in the regular season were legitimate struggles, or do you think this was a team that didn't necessarily put as much into the regular season as maybe other teams around the NBA did because of a championship run, a long season, a lot of miles on those legs?
No, I think it's a legitimate struggle. You go on the road, and there are a lot of games that you're supposed to win pretty easily, and you don't. This is a team that got swept by the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. So you look at those two teams, and how do you get swept by those two teams? Because you didn't defend that well at home to win. You didn't defend well enough on the road to win. So you look at what the Warriors are trying to do in terms of the veteran core, Curry, Clay, Draymond, Looney, and then you look at the other guys, younger guys, and it's just a different cast of characters than they had last year. And to me, the biggest factor is that the guys they had last year coming off the bench were mostly guys who've been around for a while, veteran guys. Guys like Damian Lee and Juan Toscano-Anderson, Gary Payton II. Those guys, even Otto Porter Jr. and Nemanja Bjelica, all 5 of those guys had one thing in common. They were either trying to prove they belong in the NBA, or they're trying to prove they still belong in the NBA, because none of those 5 guys came in with with a big contract or with a lot of belief. It was always Otto came to try and save his career, and same thing with Belly. And the other 3 guys are guys that travel around the world basically looking for a job, landed with the Warriors. And so there's a different mentality with that group than with the guys who come in as lottery picks. I'm not going to say they're all entitled or anything, but coming in when you've had to fight your way to get into the NBA and now you're 28 years old, as opposed to coming in as a 19-year-old, it's a different mentality the way you approach games. And for the young guys, I don't know that they have the same grit. That every game might be the last mentality, and it shows in some of the 50-50 balls and some of the other things you see over the course of a season. So they've gotten better, but still, that's something that this team has missed much of the year, is that grit, that fortitude that says, I'm going to make sure this game, I'm going to give everything I have to this game.
Monte Poole is with us here, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. Monte, they finished the regular season, the Warriors did, at 8-2. Did you see any kind of flipping of the switch from them at all during that late run?
Yes and no. I thought I saw more of a sense of urgency, but they played at the last 10 games the way they played at home for most of the season, which is to say, there were a lot of games at home that they would fall behind, and they would come back in the second half by playing defense. They wouldn't defend in the first half. In the second half, they'd be, okay, let's play defense now. And they'd come back and win. I think they had 11 comebacks from double-digit deficits at home, all at home. So they kind of wrote that script and kind of used that to sort of give them something down the stretch, and it worked out for them. And it doesn't hurt, when you have the vets who, I think the veterans, they do understand that as you get to March and then toward April, the games matter a whole lot more. And I think they find another level too.
Do you think the deeper this series goes because of the younger, fresher legs of the Kings, the more it favors them, and add in what the Warriors have done on the road this season, and obviously a home court advantage comes back to Sacramento?
Yeah, I think it depends for the Warriors. It depends on how they start the series. First two games are at Golden One, and if the Warriors split, I think that's a victory for them, because I think the Kings will have a hard time winning in San Francisco. But if the Warriors go up there and lose two, that changes everything. Doesn't mean they can't win the series, but it does mean that their backs are, against the wall, as they say. So you're then going to ask them to win 4 out of 5 to take the series. And I don't know that this team has it in them. I believe they'll win the series because they're experienced. Last year, I had some questions as they entered the postseason because they were basically a 500 team from January to April last season. But once the postseason started, I wouldn't call it flipping a switch. It was more a matter of you saw the guys' level of focus go up, the level of concentration go up. There was a look about them in the postseason that said, this is our territory. We know the postseason. You guys are trying to learn the postseason. And that applied to Denver, that applied to Memphis, and even Boston to a lesser degree, because the Celtics have been in the postseason quite a bit. But I think the Warriors were helped by the fact that Boston came out of that series with Milwaukee. That was a dogfight series.
Yeah.
And that was tough. So, but yeah, the Warriors look at the postseason and it's like, okay, this is our turf. We know this. You guys are trying to figure out how to learn it. We already know it. So I think that gives them an edge. In most series they will play, I don't think there'll be enough necessarily to win a championship this year to repeat, but I think it'll help them out certainly in the first round.
Monte, we appreciate your time, man, throughout this series. Let's do this again soon. Always good to catch up. Thank you.
All right, take it easy now.
There goes Monte Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area Warriors analyst. Folsom Lake Honda Hotline is where he was at. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Yeah, I mean, when you think about last year, the Warriors, as Monte said, they were 500 team from January going through, going through the playoffs, getting to the playoffs, and then they did. I mean, whether you want to say flip the switch or whatever happened, they turned it on. And that's been my concern throughout this entire season if you're facing the Warriors.
Man, any team with their track record, and ain't many of them, certainly have that ability to flip the switch. At least during the course of their run, they have the ability to flip that switch. Maybe the run is over. You know what I mean? Maybe last year was the last gasp of the championship Warriors, and now they're on the decline, on the downside of that hill. But if they're still a championship quality team or a contending quality team, they have that flip the switch ability. There's no denying that.
Coming up, a Sactown Sports host is the target of today's big deal or no big deal.
I wonder who.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy.
Purdy gonna throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Devo 10. Devo touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is Go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. I am Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Only 1 week left to file your taxes. But don't worry, Jackson Hewitt is racking up the assists. We guarantee your biggest tax refund and guarantee the accuracy of your return for life. So make a fast break to Jackson Hewitt. Our tax pros will get you filed or get you an extension before the deadline. Beat the clock and the crowds. Come in and file today. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
0 down with approved credit.
How big is it? No matter what, national pundits would tell you it's huge. Now it's our turn to tell you.
Big deal or no big deal?
On Cattles and Ramie.
All right, do we have a Carmichael David controversy? That's the question. Did David stir up some stuff? So this week, Dave tweeted out, "Dear at Save Mart, I've been a loyal customer for 30 years. I went to get Doritos today for game 1, and I saw this atrocity."
It's a good choice, by the way.
Now, the atrocity is there's this snack stand within the store, and the border of the snack stand is decorated with Warrior stuff.
It's a display.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the display has the Golden State Warriors logo on it instead of the Kings logo. David continues, "My son Weebibby
David
was inconsolable and is still crying. Please fix it before more families are ruined." Jason Siebenthal on Twitter followed this up. At Carmichael David, "It has been changed. An employee at the store said they've never had people call the store over a display in his 20-plus year career." Here is David telling the tale of his experience.
Also, a quick shout out. I don't want to name the place because they've already dealt with it, but somebody alerted me to a local retailer, grocery, whatever, that had a I don't know if it was a beer or Doritos or whatever display, and it was all. This is in East Sacramento, and it was all
East Sacramento uppity grocery stores.
Well, it was all Warriors stuff. It was all shut up, Chris. It was all Warriors stuff, and it was all like the Bays team. The Bay Area loves the Warriors and all that. So somebody took a picture. We pointed it out. They got dragged pretty hard, and then they removed it. Now, listen, there's going to be mistakes. The Kings have sucked forever. And
That's
yes,
not a mistake.
Here's the deal. If you're a local establishment and you're especially on playoff week, when you're flying the colors of the team that the Kings are playing, you deserve to get dragged. If there's Warriors stuff in the airport, I'm talking to you, Sac Airport. If there's displays that are Warrior this week, bro, listen, you deserve to get dragged. So be preemptive and I have nothing at all. Be non-committed if you have to, if you don't have King stuff. But let's not see Warriors stuff up in our stores here this week, please.
Now, our very own Simone visited the scene of the crime.
Yes, she did.
Yesterday. And Simone, I think you said that you frequented this place before. Any thoughts you have on this controversy?
It is a controversy. I feel like you're not going to like this. I'm kind of with David, only that they shouldn't be putting it up because it is the rivalry we're going into it this week. But, I don't think it's cool to start, riling people up on Twitter, having them dragged. These poor people that work at the grocery store don't even know what's going on. This is some corporate decision. This is probably some display
Simone,
that they had in the back.
Who do you talk to? Who do you complain to?
Well,
you know what I mean?
David thinks the Twitter world, apparently.
So one of my friends actually works there, and I saw her yesterday,
we got an inside source here.
I went up, nudged elbows with her.
According to Simone's source.
Yep. She said that someone came in, was visibly upset, and then called back and went through all of the corporate loopholes to get this amended. Yep.
Can you imagine being visibly upset?
Could have been Dave after the show. He just pulled up to East Sac and he's like, "This needs to be fixed." I don't know. So I get it. I think that you could have, someone probably just wasn't sensitive about the situation, or, is in tune to like the Kings are making this historic run, but you didn't need to drag him.
Is this a big deal or no big deal, Ramie?
I think it's a big deal that Dave changed things, man. Dave
got the power.
David
for change.
David, yeah, man. David changed things, man. I'm.
Do we need one of those David Hope The old school hope.
Again, you're my guy, Nick, but I'm with them. I'm
Yeah,
with him, and I'm with Simone.
how I feel.
That's not how you rock during, especially not during playoff week. You're flying their colors during playoff week.
While we
in
square up. Yeah,
Man,
it's crazy.
If this was Stockton or someplace in between here in Golden State, Jay went over the whole territorial thing with me off the air one night over a couple beers, over who's rooting for who and where loyalties lie. If this was some borderland, you know what I mean, somewhere between here and the Bay, okay, I see you putting up a Golden State display in Sacramento proper. Right here in Sacramento. You're putting up Golden State Warriors displays, talking about the Bay Area. That's crazy, man. That's
All right,
crazy.
so I'm going to tell you it's a big deal. It's a very, very big deal, but I'm going to come at it a different way. It's a big deal because, number one, David's ego is getting out of control. First, it was being on NBC Sports California all over the joint. Now, he's got a franchise giving in to his whims. He doesn't like something, take it down. It gets taken down. What's next, Ramie? This is what I say.
So you're saying this
is a slippery slope, Ramie. The people at Save Mart, the people up top have given the people up top have given.
I also shop at that Save Mart.
They have given David too much power now, and I am afraid for all of us what this is going to do to you, to JJ, to Simone individually, to me, the station overall, Sactown Sports 1140. This brand, David might go on a tear now. He might end up going across all of Sacramento. Yes, and it also motivates more complaining from David, which we don't need. Because now he believes.
Do you agree with the sentiment, though?
He's going to send tweets out there.
Do you agree with what Dave is saying? Do you agree with the beef that he and others have with that establishment?
I think whoever made the decision to put that display up made a bad mistake.
It's a corporate thing.
Yes, it is.
The people who work there had nothing to do with it. The guy who put it up, I got a friend who does that for a living. The guy who put it up they're just given the assignment. He has a clipboard or maybe some sort of digital clipboard in the 21st century, and they're told to go to this place and put up this display. Nobody at the level that we can actually talk to and get to has anything to do with this.
I love that they had that generic one available, though. That's pretty cool. And I don't know how many people called,
I was
but it
there
must
Saturday.
have been.
I don't know, or Sunday. I don't know if it was Golden State then, or if they had already switched it.
No, it would have been because Monday this broke, right? So it probably would have been.
I could have had the viral moment and flexed my power.
You don't need any more power. You don't need any more power or ego.
I'm taking my shirt off until you guys change this display right now.
Yeah,
Simone was talking about Ramie, by the way. That was in Ramie's voice.
yeah.
I don't want people in YouTube to be like, "Hey,
everybody calm down."
Oh yeah, not me. Sorry.
Everybody take a deep breath.
I think I grabbed some chips off that display and I didn't even notice it was a Golden State Warriors.
Not surprised at all by that.
Jalapeno Frito scoops, by the way. Oh, mwah. Oh.
New poll up in the YouTube right now. Go over to YouTube.
Yeah, too much power to David. We all have to acknowledge what's happening here and how this can go very bad very quickly.
I see where you're coming from. I can see that.
All right, are the Warriors?
They should have made it a Carmichael Dave display. Then he would have really been out of control.
His big face shoving popcorn down his throat.
Just a fat head.
Yes, a fat head, and then the mouth
and a mouthful of popcorn.
Yes, I was going to say the mouth is open, and that's where you reach in to grab your popcorn, and you walk out like that.
I like it. Like almost those clowns at the putting, at the putt-putts. You got to hit it in the clown mouth, almost like that. All right, are the Warriors declining, or were they just bored this year? We'll discuss that next.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Can we say the most punchable that played for both teams is Jeff Kent?
Jeff Kent's the guy that on Sunday at like 10 a.m.
this afternoon. Ride with us as Cattles and Ramie highlight all of the need-to-know dates for this highly anticipated first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs. Otherwise in the association, last night the play-in tournament jumped off. The Atlanta Hawks two-stepped over the Miami Heat with a final score of 116-105. The Lakers of La La Land skid past the shorthanded Timberwolves squad in an overtime 108-102 victory. Tonight on the play-in docket, Chicago Bulls go international squaring up with the Toronto Raptors, and the Oklahoma City Thunder slide down to the Big Easy to tussle with the Pelicans of New Orleans. And finally, as Sacramento continues to gear up for the Battle of I-80, Sactown Sports has your chance to score the hottest seats in the NBA. Head to SactownSports.com and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center, all courtesy of Quick Quack Car Wash. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Now back to Cattles and Ramie.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
You okay over there? Are you good?
Me?
Yeah.
I was just making sure that my feed is working. I'm having some computer issues.
You seem a little disheveled.
So I was talking to Simone and Jay. No, not disheveled at all.
Is it because Simone unplugged your computer?
Yeah, do you need your charger back?
I don't think that's it. Why would Twitter and YouTube go out because Simone took my charger? That doesn't add up.
Took.
Dave. Or borrowed.
She's like, took.
She asked and borrowed.
Simone was so quick to that. Took.
So I was just making sure. The people need to see this face. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, they're clamoring
so
for
I'm just making sure that my feed is working despite my technical difficulties.
I can't tell you how many people I run into that say, you work with Ramie?
Hey.
I need to meet that guy.
YouTube.com/Sactown Sports.
Before we get into whether or not the Warriors have declined or they were just bored this season, the schedule is out for the series. Quickly, I'm going to go through this. So game 1, obviously, Saturday night, 5:30 tip. Game 2 is Monday. Monday, the G1C tip is at 7 o'clock. By the way, we will have game night at 5:30, pregame, game, postgame, all that good stuff. Ramie and I will be out at Golden One on Monday, broadcasting live from Doco.
It's not going to be 143 degrees like it was when we were out there for the draft.
Thankfully not.
Good.
Thankfully not.
Good.
So game 2, Monday, 7 o'clock tip. Game's on TNT. Game 3, Thursday. That is, of course, at Chase, and that will be a 7 o'clock tip. That game is also on TNT. Game 4 is Sunday at the Chase, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 our time. That game is ABC. So you've got Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, 5:30 game 1, games 2 and 3, 7 o'clock. Game 4 will be 12:30. And if we have to go beyond that, game 5 will be Wednesday.
Game 5. Okay, there's going to be a game 5.
Game 6 will be Friday. Game 7 would be Sunday. So that is your schedule. Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday. Then Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
But really, all I need to know is Saturday, Monday, Thursday, because it's Kings in 3.
Kings in 3.
Yes.
Ramie has made that official.
I've proclaimed.
It's his official prediction.
Yes.
Kings in 3.
Kings in 3, baby.
We've talked about the Warriors all year long and how it's just been a strange season for them, especially when you look at 11-30 on the road. Our friend Cole G in the YouTube chat, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Give us those thumbs. He chatted that Golden State has one road win versus a team that's over 500 this year.
Wow.
And I looked this up during the break. The Kings had 11. So the Warriors had
more.
1 win.
Yes.
1 win against the team over 500 on the road. And the Kings, by my count, I'm trusting Cole G here with the 1. My count, Warriors had, the Kings had 11 wins on the road against teams that are better than 500. Curry, obviously, Steph is 35 years old. And I would say that their defense was pretty mid for most of the year, given the expectations. But here was Draymond Green talking about recently on his podcast, the regular season and how, quite frankly, doesn't mean much.
I was on a team that won 73 games, and we lost the final game of the season, and no one talks about that team. Moral of the story is it does not matter what you do in the regular season. You get to the playoffs, your team will be judged by how you do in the playoffs. No one will, be talking about, they won this many road games or that. No one will care. So Just got to go in and take care of, executing the game plan, not making some of the mistakes that we've made throughout this regular season, really being locked in and focused and understanding the road ahead and knowing what it takes will help.
Ramie, do you think the Warriors declined this year or did they get bored?
Can I say it's a little bit of both? Because I think
you can say whatever you want. This is your world,
I think it's a little bit of both. Actually, if I was splitting it up into a pie chart, I would probably divide it up equally between three factors. One, there's definitely a boredom factor or just not putting a lot of stock into the regular season. Draymond Green just told you. Remember when he and Dylan Brooks were going at it last month, and he said, I have a hard time getting out of bed for a game in March. What's Dylan Brooks getting all excited about after a win? You know what I mean? I think there's definitely a boredom factor or just not necessarily caring as much as the regular season. I don't know that Steph Curry misses as many games with the ailments that he had this year as he did this year. If it was another time when the Warriors cared a little bit more about the regular season. Maybe I know Andrew Wiggins was dealing with personal matters and his dad's health. Maybe the Warriors told him, you know what? You take care of what you got to take care of. We're good. Where in some other situations, they might say, hey, man, we know you're dealing with some stuff. The sooner you can get back, the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe a little more urgency and a little more pressure on him while he's going through what he was going through. Just those types of decisions. I think you can also factor some of it to we talked about the good luck of the Kings when it comes to their health and injuries. They've had some bad luck, man. You know what I mean? First of all, Klay Thompson was coming off a really, really serious injury, and you don't just step back on the court and be that guy again, especially at his age and his stage of their career. We had the Andrew Wiggins situation. Steph Curry has missed time with injuries. Jordan Poole missed some time with injuries throughout the season. There's just some bad luck there. I think there's a little bit of both when you talk about boredom and actually declining this year. And then you do have to say, usually don't get better with at this age and at this stage of your career and with as many miles as the Warriors have on those legs. I think there's certainly an element of decline here as well. I'd say it's all three of those things.
Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports on a Wednesday. Happy hump day to you and yours. I look at this and I think there's some natural regression, some natural decline because of the age factor. But I agree with you as far as the circumstances. Look, this team was not as good this year than they have been in the past for a number of reasons. I would say they were thin at the wing for most of this year. That hurt them. When you think about prior teams for Golden State, you think about different options at the wing that they've had, and they really did not have that experienced, good wing they can trust and go to every single night. That wasn't necessarily the case. Steph Curry missed 26 games this year. So I want to put this into some context and give you some perspective. The Warriors lost 38 games this year. They lost 4 more games than you lost this year. And they didn't have Steph Curry for 26 games. So when you think of that, I would just say, if you took De'Aaron Fox off this team for 26 games, what's the record? I don't know what it would be. I'm not telling you they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Right.
I'm pretty confident they would not have won 48 games.
They wouldn't
with,
be the three.
With De'Aaron missing 26 games.
Not.
So the Warriors, they didn't have their best player for 26 games. That matters. And, I do think we've seen a little bit of some refocus, rejiggering, and more health as this season has gone on. And, I remind people here, the Warriors were 8-10. 8-2 in their last 10 games. 8-2 in their last 10 games. GP2 is now part of this rotation. He's giving them 15 to 20 minutes a night. He has helped. JJ has talked about that. He's been a big help to this rotation. He's a really good defender. He was one of those guys that helped them tremendously in last year's run. Dante DiVincenzo is starting to cause some chaos. He's starting to actually be a valuable member of that rotation as well. Jonathan Kuminga has improved. So you start to look at this, and I would say for most of the year, it was some decline, but mostly circumstances that put them behind the 8 ball. And then when they got fully healthy, towards the end of the year, and they started to straighten out their rotation, even without Andrew Wiggins, who, according to Bob Myers on the radio today, said he will play in game 1, they started to figure things out. And I just wonder, if Steph Curry had missed 15 games instead of 26, and this team was a 50-win team, would we even have this conversation? Probably not.
Probably not.
So I think it's mostly circumstances. And that doesn't mean the Kings can't win this series. It doesn't mean the Warriors are just going to walk through. Doesn't mean any of that. I just think, when we talk about this team, this Warriors team, we have to give the context. We have to give some reasoning behind what happened this year. I would do the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot and we were talking about the Kings. If Domas had missed 20 games and the Kings were sitting there at the 6th seed, I'd say, well, are the Kings the 6th seed or are they better because they were missing one of their best players for 20 games? So I think this is just being fair to the Warriors and looking at it and telling you, the circumstances that they've gone through, not the easiest. After winning the finals last year and playing deep into June, you come back, you lose your best player for 26 games. You're already pretty thin at the wing because, Moses Moody didn't quite work out. James Wiseman became an absolute non-factor. So you lost Gary Payton II, and you still walked away with 44 wins. I think you actually probably feel pretty decent if you're Golden State, given the Curry injuries, and Clay hasn't been the same guy. I think you take what you get right now, and you say, hey, we'll see if we can figure this thing out in the playoffs.
Yeah, all things I think almost any team, Nick, when you lay it out the way that you just laid it out, missing your best player for 26 games and everything else that they dealt with, almost any team I think would look back on the season and go, man, that was actually pretty good. That wasn't bad for the car wreck that it could have been. And especially when you look at a team with the track record that the Kings have, I think you have to look at it through that prism as well, in considering how strong a playoff team this could be, despite what the regular season was.
By the way, to go back to that one win on the road against teams that are over 500, Cole G said he got that statistic from First Things First. Beam Supreme on the YouTube chat says he has checked, and he says that the Warriors have 4 road wins against teams that are better than that are at 500 or over 500. So again, I'd love to see what it is over 500. That was actually the statistic. I don't necessarily trust First Things First with any statistic.
Why not?
Yeah, well, because they are who they are. Your thoughts, Warriors. Have they declined, or was it just bad circumstances and a little bit of boredom? 916-339-1140 is the text line. The phone number is 1-800-920-1140. Also want to remind you, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Give us that thumbs up when you swing by. Very much appreciated. Little effort from you. You don't have to pay anything. Just give us that thumbs up. It helps out the brand as we give you your Kings coverage here from 6A to 6P, live and local, Monday through Friday. We'll get to your thoughts on the Warriors. Have they declined, or was it just, some bad circumstances and a little bit of boredom? Also, it's time to dig into some of these rotations and matchups for the series. We'll do that in 90 seconds.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Hand off McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feel super, baby! The 5-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save on the brands you trust. Right now, buy a select DeWalt 12-volt bare tool starting at $119 and get a DeWalt 12-volt 2-pack battery free valued at $129. Plus, you'll always save big on job lot quantities when buying select building supplies in bulk. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Discount taken at time of purchase. Battery and charger not included with buy items. Valid through 5/3.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
This Golden State Warriors, the wins against teams over 500 on the road, everybody's got different numbers. Cole G says only 2 wins versus teams in the Western Conference at over 500. So, all right. So that is correct, I do believe.
You do believe?
Yeah, I just went through the schedule. I think they had 2 wins against teams that are over 500 in the Western Conference on the road. That was at Sacramento. That was one of the games, obviously. That was the Friday night, if you even want to count it. I don't even count that game because, it is what it is. Nobody played. And then they also won a game at Minnesota. So there's your 2 Western Conference wins on the road against teams better than 500. And they beat, I believe, Cleveland. They beat Cleveland on the road. So they have 3 wins against teams that are over 500.
Are we sure about this?
On the road.
3.
Yes. I checked during the break.
All right.
We're just going to roll with that.
I'll take your word for it.
Done with the back and forth.
I don't want to do the work.
By the way, Quick Quack Car Wash. Sactown Sports want to send you to a Kings playoff game. Head to SactownSports.com now and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round. As we know, that's Monday night at Golden One Center, all courtesy of Quick Quack, a proud partner of the Sacramento Kings with over 30 locations in the Sacramento area. At Quick Quack, wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy the fast service that will have your car clean, shined, and dried in under 3 minutes. So do you think the Warriors are pretty much washed? I don't think they are. I don't think they're washed. I think some of their struggles this year had to do with injury and other issues, but mostly Steph Curry. As I said, Steph missed 26 games. If Steph plays 15 games, you could have a 50-win team, which, a 50-win team following winning the NBA championship ain't too shabby.
I don't think I'm unique or alone in saying this. This series could legitimately just come down to whether or not Steph Curry is Steph Curry in this over the course of this series. You know what I mean? When that guy's got it going, it's there. Not only is he hard to stop, they are hard to stop. As a unit, they're hard to stop because of how much he just opens up when he's on a heater, and you have to direct so much attention his way. This series literally could just come down to how good Steph Curry looks, and if he's that guy that's already led that team to 4 championships.
All right, so let's start digging into some of these matchups, Ramie, some of these rotational questions that we have. Again, Game 1 Saturday, Game 2 Monday. If you look at the Kings, obviously the starting 5 is the starting 5. Starting 5 is the starting 5. That's not going to change. I don't think Coach Brown
changed all year.
Yeah, Coach Brown is not going to walk into Game 1 and make some dramatic change to the starting lineup now that you're in the postseason.
Metu is starting. Domas to the bench.
We have a plan. Domas to the bench. Metu starting 5. So starting 5 is going to be starting 5. Davion is going to be on the floor. We know it. Davion's going to play. He's played all year. Malik Monk going to be on the floor. He's played all year. He's going to be out there. So that's your top 7. Your top 7's figured out. What really gets interesting is, number 1, Ramie, do you think Kessler Edwards plays in this series? Do you think he's a part of this rotation, the top 8 or 9?
Not on a regular basis. No, I wouldn't think so. I don't see this Warriors team as a team that you necessarily need Kessler Edwards out there for. Maybe a little bit, but no, I don't think he plays a major role in this series or is getting significant run.
I think you look at Kessler and you have to play him some minutes because I think you do need length and you need his defense. Again, Kuminga's playing pretty well.
True.
Andrew Wiggins coming back. That's going to be an issue. So I wouldn't be surprised. I think you could even put Kessler on Jordan Poole at times in this series. I think Davion will get that for the most part. But if you have minutes where you've got Steph and you've got Jordan Poole playing at the same time, and they move, let's say, Clay to the small forward spot if they want to mess around, then that could be, an issue where you might have to play Kessler Edwards over somebody else to defend Jordan Poole, because I don't think you want to put Monk on there. You could obviously play Fox, but is this going to happen while Fox is out? So I think there is the opportunity for Edwards to play some minutes. I don't think you're going to see him getting 15 minutes in a playoff game. Situationally, defensively, I think you can see it. I also think you'll see Trey Lyles in this series playing at least some small ball 5. Because when you go against Golden State, I would love the Kings to go 5 out. When Domas is not playing, when Domas is sitting, and I don't think that's going to be very often. We'll talk about that later on. But let's say Domas is giving you 40 minutes a night. I know Frankie has said Domas might have to give you 40 a night. Okay, well, the other 8 minutes, I think you could see Trey Lyles out there with the 5-out method and just have a bunch of shooters and force the Warriors to go small and take it to some of their defenders that you might think aren't necessarily great, right? So I think you could see some of Lyles playing the 5. I also would not be surprised, Ramie, if we saw Metu get a shot at the 5.
I think that'll depend on whether or not Trey Lyles heats up a little bit here, whether or not Mike Brown goes to Metu. I think he'd rather go with the small ball 5 of Trey Lyles than, because I know what you're saying. Metu's that sort of, he's also kind of a small ball 5 and can get up and down the court and give you some athleticism if the Warriors go small and you got to keep up with them. But if I'm Mike Brown, I'm hoping I don't have to pull that trigger on Metu, because Trey Lyles is that hot and that good throughout this series. I don't want to go more than 8 deep, if I'm being quite honest with you. A lot of playoff rotations are not more than 8 deep. You'll go 9 at the most for most teams over the course of a playoff series. I want Mitchell, Monk, and Lyles to be enough for this team for the majority of this series and to take the majority of those minutes. But I think you got to go with the hot hand. We talked earlier about Malik Monk. He can be inconsistent. Trey Lyles has been inconsistent since the shoulder injury. I hope you don't have to go to Metu. I hope you don't have to go to Kessler Edwards. I think if you do, that's probably because you're not getting what you want out of those first 3 guys off the bench.
If you're playing 5 out, then you're absolutely playing Lyles at the 5, because, Metu is not a good shooter. So if you're playing small and you want the 5-out option, you're playing Lyles at the 5. I think we could see that, especially if Golden State goes small. If Golden State has Green at the 5, I think you see Lyles play the 5 when Domas is sitting out. Now, if the Warriors play Draymond at the 5, that's fascinating, because then, Domas, you'd imagine Domas could do some work against Green down in the paint. So I don't know. Looney played like 28, 30 minutes a night against the Kings in the first 3 games this year that they played against each other. I don't know how much small ball 5 you'll see Green play. I think you're going to see a lot of Looney playing in this series, because I can't imagine Steve Kerr thinks that Domas versus Draymond is a great matchup for them. Some other questions quickly for, these matchups. Again, the same idea of Green playing the 5. If Green plays the 5, DiVincenzo could start at the 3. They've done some of that. And DiVincenzo, obviously a defender, ball handler, takes some pressure off of Steph.
Mm-hmm.
How many minutes will Wiggins play? We'll see. Who defends Fox? I think when Wiggins is in, I think he's gonna defend Fox an awful lot in this series. How much does Domas play? I tend to agree with Frankie. I think you're going to see him play 38 to 40 minutes a night in this series. And you wonder about Keegan. Keegan's going to have some pretty difficult matchups. He's going to have to play guys like Klay Thompson, I think. I think Klay's going to defend him too. I would not be surprised if Draymond Green defends Keegan at certain times. Jonathan Kuminga, Gary Payton. So the Warriors can throw a lot of bodies at both Keegan and HB. So it's going to be an interesting challenge for both of those guys, especially Keegan being a rookie.
Being the rookie, yep.
So I think this series is just so much fun. So many different matchups and machinations.
Can we start it now? What are we waiting for?
Remind you all guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. The Minnesota Meltdown and more coming up.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia. I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. We're looking at plenty of sunshine this afternoon with temperatures only warming into the mid-60s for daytime highs and winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Treat yourself to a new car in the new year. Shop Folsom Lake Kia for your favorite Kia model. Low interest rates, low payments, even zero down deals with approved credit. Over 20 years right here in Sacramento. That's Folsom Lake Kia.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $80. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughty Wood Barbecue.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop garage sale of nearly new showroom clubs is on right now. With discounts up to 75%, you'll find full sets of irons, metalwoods, wedges, and more at the Hagen Oaks Garage Sale featuring $500,000 in Cleveland, Strixon, and Zexio closeout inventory. This kind of opportunity is rare and available right now. Visit the Hagen Oaks Garage Sale and find discounts up to 75% on selected clubs at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, the #1 choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at HagenOaks.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. It's Simone with your Sactown Sports headlines. The coveted NBA playoff calendar dropped this afternoon. Ride with us as Cattles and Ramie highlight all of the need-to-know dates for this highly anticipated first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs.
Otherwise, in the association, last night the play-in tournament jumped off. The Atlanta Hawks two-stepped over the Miami Heat with a final score of 116-105. The Lakers of La La Land skid past the shorthanded Timberwolves squad in an overtime 108-102 victory. Tonight on the play-in docket, Chicago Bulls go international squaring up with the Toronto Raptors, and the Oklahoma City Thunder slide down to the Big Easy to tussle with the Pelicans of New Orleans.
Pelican fly.
And finally, as Sacramento continues to gear up for the Battle of I-80, Sactown Sports has your chance to score the hottest seats in the NBA. Head to SactownSports.com and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center, all courtesy of Quick Quack Car Wash. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Draft Mockery coming at you in less than 15. Don't go anywhere. Here's Cattles and Ramie.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
First round playoff coverage on Sactown Sports brought to you by National Garage Door. Find out more at nationalgaragedoor.com. Get to the text line here. We're talking about Carmichael David causing some issues at Save Mart.
Fixing some issues at Save Mart, some might say.
Yeah, you could say that.
Right?
Text line says, don't be a Karen, David. David being a Karen. 916-339-1140. Appreciate the text.
Are you Karening? Are you Karening if you're fighting the good fight?
It depends.
You know what I mean?
If you came at them really disrespectfully of like, you need to change this, then you're being a Karen. I don't know.
Did he cause a scene?
Here's my issue with it.
They really are the nicest people at that Save Mart. I'm not just saying
good people.
Here's my issue. Okay. And we're not going to spend too much time on this, Ramie. I'll tell you right now. Just want to get this off my chest, then we're moving forward.
All right.
My issue with the David thing,
yes,
in the display with the Warriors logo on it, is that it was way too passive aggressive for me. Like he tweeted it. If you have an issue with it, go to management yourself.
Right.
Why don't you ask?
Putting it on
hey, what's going on?
Putting it on the public forum is pretty tough because you don't know what kind of people will come at these Save Mart people.
Right. It was
That's
irresponsible.
Like this. I'm kind of with David. No, not the drop.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Like, there was different ways to go about it.
Why didn't you go to management? Why didn't you pose this question to people that work there? Did you have to do what you did publicly?
Okay, let me
told you we're not going too far down the road.
Let me my counter to that. If Dave does it in person, chances are they just go, "Oh, sorry about that, sir. We'll get it taken care of." And then he walks out and they never think about it again. The only way for him to do it in person is to be like, I'm Carmichael Dave from Sactown Sports, and I'm not happy with this.
Well, he incited everyone on Twitter.
It was his clout, I think, and his following on social media.
How about this?
That got change done.
I don't know why I do this. I knew it's impossible with you to just talk about something non-sports for 2 minutes and move forward.
I had a counter to what you were saying. I don't want to go up to someone and be like, I'm Ramie McLaughlin. You know what I mean? Like,
how about this?
Yeah.
How about this? How about he just talks to somebody at the store and then tells the story on the air and let's whatever happen.
Might not change.
But to prove your theory, he would have to know it would change something, which again goes into my thought that the ego is way out of control. And that's why we should be concerned. We should be concerned because David's ego is way out of control.
I didn't disagree with you.
By the way, text line. I don't know why people keep saying it's not the same Clay. He hit more threes this season than any other season in his career.
I said to start the season.
He's still an elite defender. I don't know if I'd say elite defender. When I think of Clay, my point when I say that he's not the same Clay, I mean athletically. I don't mean he's not a good player anymore. I just mean he's not the same athlete. That has dipped a little bit, which is, guess what, natural when you have significant injuries and as you age.
Right.
I don't think he's the same athlete. All right, let's get to the play-in and what happened last night. So the Hawks beat the Heat 116-105. Trae Young, this was the perfect Trae Young game. If I told you we went 25-8-7, you'd be like, man, what a game, right? Well, he also shot 8 of 18 from the field. He shot 1 of 8 from 3. He had 5 turnovers, and the next time he plays defense will be the first time he plays defense. So yes, 25, 8, and 7, but with a bunch of other stuff. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler, we talk about Jimmy Butler, buckets, playoff buckets. Not good. Not good last night. Again, 21, 4, and 9, you'd say, man, what a game. But he shot 6 of 19 from the floor. The guy who kept Miami in this game when it could have been a blowout was Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry scored 33 points. He shot 11 of 16 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3. But what killed Miami? Offensive rebounds. The Hawks had 22 offensive rebounds. That's like the Knicks against the Kings in the regular season on the Thursday night game.
Right.
That Mike Brown lost his mind in the postgame. 22 offensive rebounds for the Hawks. They outscored Miami 26-6, second chance points.
Wow.
Here was Trae Young in the postgame.
I mean, it's cool. We made the playoffs. We've a couple of us on our team. I'm happy for guys like V, guys like Sadiq, who've never been in the playoffs, and some of the other rookies and AJ and guys who this is their first time to be able to experience the playoffs. But, I mean, for me, I've been in the playoffs now 3 times, and a couple of guys have been in way more than I have, guys like Clint. And it's cool to be in the playoffs, but you want to win games in the playoffs. You don't want to just be here. So
that was Trae. Atlanta will play Boston. That series starts on Saturday. Meanwhile,
so sweet.
LA beat Minnesota. And this fourth quarter,
dude,
was the toughest 12 minutes of NBA basketball I've watched in some time. This was brutal.
Minnesota couldn't buy a shot.
108-102. LA beats the Timberwolves in overtime. To Ramie's point, Minnesota went the final 6 minutes and 1 second of the fourth quarter without scoring a point.
I think they said on TNT from the start of the fourth quarter through overtime, they had more fouls than points.
They did not have a single point in over 6 minutes. Over half of that fourth quarter. Not a bucket, not a single point. They went scoreless for 6:01. The only reason they got to the overtime is because Anthony Davis had one of the most boneheaded fouls, and that's the second time he's done it this season, by the way. Boneheaded foul. He fouls Mike Conley with like 0.1 second left on the clock, taking a 3. Conley, by the way, onions. Huge cojones walking up and hitting all 3 free throws. He did not take a free throw until that point. He knocks down all
Almost
3.
Biffed that first one.
Yeah, he did. You see the face?
Yeah.
The Timberwolves scored 7 points in the final 11 minutes of this game.
That's brutal.
They scored 7 points in 11 minutes.
I've always wanted to believe in Karl Anthony Towns. You know what I mean? That he'd tap into all that, because man, he is as talented as almost anybody in this league. He could be so good if he just understood how good he could be and maybe cared a little bit more. Last night was the night where I was watching that and going, no, that's just who this dude is. That's just there's not a next level. He's not the guy who's gonna lead his team to victory in close situations. There's so much there with Karl Anthony Towns, and I don't know that it'll ever all come out, man.
The thing that drives me crazy about Cat is just the low basketball IQ at times in big moments. Like last year, he gets tossed in a big game. Last night, he picks up 5 fouls. He has to sit for a major stretch in the fourth quarter, which is what really helped destroy your offense in that quarter. He picks up 5 fouls. It's like, dude, you know you don't have Gobert. You know you don't have McDaniels. By the way, too much on Cat. Anthony Edwards stunk last night. My God, he was awful.
Yeah, he wasn't good either.
And don't talk to me about his shoulder when he's going coast to coast and dunking on people. He stunk. We can look at a really good, great young player and just say he had a bad night. He picked a bad time for a terrible night. He stunk.
Everybody stunk. It was a terrible basketball game, especially in the fourth quarter.
Stunk. My God, it was awful to watch. Both teams had 20 turnovers.
Brutal.
Brutal. The Lakers head to Memphis. And, of course, if you beat the Warriors, you play the winner of Memphis-LA now.
Keep the Kings' name out your mouth.
But that game last night.
We ain't scared, Nick.
Exactly.
That game last night. It was a chore to get through.
It really was.
And
it was brutal.
Can I just say one more thing, too?
Take your time.
Less Reggie Miller on my television would be good. What the hell was he talking
In the
about?
fourth quarter, he was like, this is exactly what the NBA wanted.
And he's saying, like, you could pretty much tackle a guy for a loose ball. He's like, oh, when I came through, you could die for a basketball.
That's right.
Dude, you can't clip a guy if you
dove
both
right into his legs. I forgot about that play.
Like if you both dive simultaneously for a loose ball, yeah, you're gonna knock into each other. When one dude is standing running after the basketball and another guy hits the deck and makes contact to that player standing,
barrel rolls into his leg.
That's a foul 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
Like, what is Reggie Miller talking about? I'm so glad they got him away from the NCAA tournament. My God.
He's got some funny commercials now, though.
Good. Let him do that. Draft Mockery next.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The regular season is over. Now the real test begins.
Kings will have the number 3 seed. They'll have the home court advantage.
Sactown Sports is your home for all things Kings as they enter into a first-round matchup with the Warriors.
Fox steps into 3. He stops a triple, and the Kings have regained the lead. But against the explosive Warriors, you can't hold your breath.
Stay tuned to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the most comprehensive Sacramento Kings playoff coverage.
The Kings are in the playoffs, and Sactown Sports and Quick Quack Car Wash want to send you to a game. Head to the Sactown Sports website and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center. All courtesy of Quick Quack, proud partner of the Sacramento Kings with over 30 locations in the Sacramento area. At Quick Quack, wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy the fast service that will have your car clean, shined, and dried in under 3 minutes.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. eBay Motors. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Great team, great team. Where's the defense? Defense! Okay, everyone take a break. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking, when is something too good to be true? When it probably is. And had I not experienced it for myself, this spectacular season would definitely qualify as too good to be true. So everyone out there in radio land, continue to enjoy. Something else that could seem too good to be true is Good Feet Arch Supports. But trust me, I've experienced firsthand the comfort, balance, and support possible with Good Feet Arch Supports. And so have countless others who have pretty much given up hope. It's time you felt good again. Take your feet to the Good Feet store for a free personalized arch support fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support missing in your life. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
My runner friends have bragged for years about their Asics running shoes. So when the company rep Mark Atterbury suggested I try their new Asics golf shoes, I jumped in with both feet, so to speak. Asics has been around since the late 1940s, producing shoes for all sports, so their introduction to golf came with lots of experience. After slipping my foot into the Asics Gel Ace Pro M for the first time, I recognized what made the brand so popular. It's the comfort. Pure comfort from the Flight Foam insole, which provides lightweight shock absorption. The Gel Pro M is the company's tour shoe and the choice of 2021 Master Champion Hideki Matsuyama. I'm guessing he appreciates the great fit, stability, and traction. The company has some other fancy names for the footbed and outsole features, but the bottom line is that the support through the swing is there. ASICS Gel Pro M is available in 2 choices of color. Try a pair on or learn more at asics.com. That's your golf to go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com. #1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
We're in the room and we're checking boards. Do you think we're being serious? Nah.
It's the Mockery Draft.
Remind you, KNCI's Country in the Park happening May 5th and 6th. Head to SactownSports.com. You can buy your tickets. KNCI's Jiffy Lube Country in the Park at the Cal Expo. SactownSports.com. All right, we'll get back to Kings Warriors coming up just a little bit. But speaking of the Warriors, we all know that Draymond Green is one of the top trash talkers in all of the NBA, which got us thinking today for our mock draft. Greatest trash talkers of all time across any of the sports.
It's one of my favorite things about sports.
Yeah.
It is fun.
I love it.
This is one of my favorite drafts.
Right.
This is a tough one.
It is.
Tough.
It is. I was going over my draft board before, and it's hard to know which way to go or which way you guys will go.
So here's the order. Simone, Ramie, Jay, and then yours truly for a back-to-back belly-to-belly. Let's start with Simone. Simone.
Yes.
Best trash talkers.
It was hard. I'm going to go with the GOAT just because he is the GOAT. I'm going with Muhammad Ali, that is.
He might have invented it.
Or
at
greatest
least
boxer, greatest trash talker.
He was at the top of my board.
Right?
Yeah,
So he's out. I think he was at the top of everybody's board.
Self-promoter, cut you down.
Float like a butterfly.
Poetry with rhymes. Civil rights activist. Give me him, please.
He might have been the one who made it part of like the whole sports experience.
Right.
You know what I mean? And bringing it to the public. People were talking
Absolutely.
trash before that, but it was mostly happening on the court,
Good
in the
sir.
ring, on the field of play. Very few guys are going to a camera and telling you
Yes.
how ugly their opponent was.
Right. Or what time it is. Yep.
You know what I mean? That was amazing. That was amazing. It's incredible that he was doing it then.
All right, Ramie, you're up next.
Give me of course I'm going to take this guy in the first round. Simone is right. Muhammad Ali is probably the GOAT. So I guess I can't say he's the GOAT in this, but he's the GOAT of the NBA and probably the greatest trash talker in the history of the NBA. It's Michael Jordan, man.
MJ's good.
He's all right.
MJ
was
was good.
overrated.
Overrated?
Overrated
agree
trash
with
talk.
JJ.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
He's
I don't-
overrated trash talk.
I agree with that.
When he hugged Larry Bird?
I don't care. We're going to skip Jordan real quick, move over the GOAT. I'm going to give you one of the real GOATs.
Okay.
It's hard to keep these alligators down. I'm going to tell you like that, man. It's nobody better. This dude's got songs made after him. He's still being paraded around in locker rooms. He's with Tyson. He's everywhere. Ric Flair. Give me Ric Flair.
Pretty good.
That's off my
That's
list.
really good.
Ric Flair's the guy, man.
All right.
Jet flying.
Jet.
I know we were going wrestling. Okay.
I'm gonna
Yes.
go.
All right.
I'm gonna go one from the NBA and then one from the fight world.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Larry Bird,
He was really good.
all-time trash talker, all time. Did a lot of it like quietly, but guys will tell you he was a
Yeah,
killer.
he had that aw shucks. thing.
Yeah, he was a killer.
Walked into the locker room before the 3-point contest and said, "Which one of you is finishing second tonight?"
Yes.
That's big time.
I bet you Jerry Reynolds has lots of Larry Bird trash talk stories from French Lick. So I'm gonna go with Larry Bird, and then I'm gonna go with Conor McGregor.
Oh, he was up on my board, dude.
Who the bleep is this guy?
He was up on
I
my
wish
board.
I could say what he said.
Remember the Floyd Mayweather press conference when he said
Yes.
he's got a book bag with him? What's he need a book
What is
bag for? He can't even
that?
read.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
50 getting after him too.
I'm going Larry Bird and Conor McGregor.
Conor
good.
is.
All right.
Mm.
That's really good.
I have 3 that I want to take. I believe one's going to be taken. but I'm going to go with probably the illest cat of my generation. A lot of people say GP.
Yeah, Gary Payton.
Yeah, but I'm going Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett was point blank. I mean, he was the guy talking about inventing something. KG was the guy that even on timeouts, when guys try to shoot the ball, he slapped it so you wouldn't even see the ball go through the hoop. I mean, this dude's got meme after meme of vile stuff on the court.
That's petty as hell. You're not going to score a basket on me even in a timeout. No. Let me smack that thing out.
KG, by the way, he ended up totally debunking the story. But you know you have to be a really, really good trash talker when people believe the Honey Nut Cheerio Step story.
I knew where you were going.
And I don't know if you know what that is if you're listening. But just Google Honey Nut Cheerios. Right. If you're over the age of 14, 13,
yeah.
Google Honey Nut Cheerios.
It's definitely rated R. Yeah.
So
all right.
He's definitely up there.
Back around to me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Since we're including the world of pro wrestling, this guy might not get enough credit. Nick, I know you know. Dusty Rhodes will cut a promo that'll melt your face off, man. Absolutely.
Stop BSing the people in this country.
Love Dusty Rhodes, man. That guy is one of the elite trash talkers in the history of pro wrestling.
Son of a plumber?
Give me Dusty
Isn't that
Rhodes.
Nick? Is he son of a plumber?
Son of the plumber.
Yeah.
By the way, Ward brought up one of the best McGregor moments when he said, "I apologize," and then they paused and he goes, "For absolutely nothing."
Absolutely nothing.
I'm not a fan of Conor away from the octagon.
Terrible person.
Yeah. But trash talking wise, and wise,
can't take it away from him.
Fantastic stuff. All right, we got
Simone for
Simone.
Yeah.
For me. This is where my wrestling chops started. I don't know if this is going to be off base, but The Rock. Can I throw The Rock on this list?
Yeah.
I
think he belongs on this list. Absolutely. I thought about
definitely need him on my list. And then this is a little soft too. I don't know. I'm going to go with Lance Stevenson. I appreciated him blowing on people, messing with people.
Stevenson.
That's my cup of tea too.
I can dig it.
The LeBron stuff was pretty good.
Back around to me?
Yes.
I'm down to two guys.
I got like four on my
Thanks for the
list.
update.
Yeah.
We don't need the play-by-play. Just give me the
Mike Tyson. Give me Mike Tyson.
I was going Tyson.
Is that where you were going?
Anybody is talking about he's eating folks' children.
Eat your children.
Yeah, that's
and then follow that. Like the next line is all praise be to Allah. Like, I'm going to eat your children. Praise God. Thank you very much. I'm out of here. That's just insane behavior right there.
The other one where he talks about, I'm trying to say this, penitentiary things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that's Tyson. You're over the top. And I mean, everybody sat there and watched was like, okay, all right, yeah. Anyway.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
one.
like that was over
You can't
the top.
say that.
Yeah, you can't
But
say
he did.
All right, I'm going, since you took Tyson, I'm going to go with a guy who's still trash talking. He's got a whole YouTube series about it. His child, his junior, is filming his ongoings at Colorado. I'm going Deion Sanders.
That was the other guy. That was between Mike and Deion for me.
Deion's on my list.
time.
Yep.
All right, my final
He told
one.
Jerry Rice, shut up.
My final. He did.
In the San Francisco 49ers uniform. I'm driving behind the bus.
Yes.
You be quiet.
Yes. Deion was on my big board. He was on my big board. I just talked about him with TNT, but I'm going to say Reggie Miller.
Pretty good.
Just off of his stuff with the Knicks.
Him and Spike Lee. Yeah.
Reggie was also a mercenary.
Yeah, he was.
He was just brutal. Some other names. Shannon Sharp.
Yep.
Yes.
Good one.
GP, Pat Bev.
Y'all better call 911. Just see Shannon
Pat
Sharp
Bev was on my big board, Jay. For
Chad
sure.
Johnson. Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco was on
Yes.
the list. Ocho Cinco.
Warren
for
Sapp
sure.
was on my list.
Richard
Warren Sapp.
Sherman.
Sherman is absolutely on the list. Nate Diaz.
Diaz for
Pepe
sure.
Gunn says
Yep.
Nate Diaz is great. Who else?
Mayweather out there.
Mayweather.
Pepe Gunn said Clubber Lang.
Don't sleep.
Clubber Lang is a good one.
Don't sleep on Israel Adesanya, by the way.
Yeah,
he had a
he's coming.
tremendous performance over the weekend. So Izzy Adesanya, after he knocks out Michael Pereira, he ends up, everybody was wondering what happened. So he knocks him out, and he does this great three arrows.
I saw that.
He draws the arrow from
yeah.
his back, right? Now, Pineda does the arrow thing in his intro. So the reason why Izzy did 3 of those is because of the 3 losses he had against Pineda. So 1, 2, 3. And then he also walked over to the octagon.
That was cold.
And fell on his side. He just fell down. And so they asked him after the fight why he did that. And Izzy said, when Pineda knocked him out in kickboxing years ago, Pineda's kid walked into the ring and fell back and down.
Impersonated? Wow.
Like he was knocked out. Pineda's kid was 5 years old when he did this.
He didn't care, Nick.
Adesanya literally found Pineda's son in the crowd on Saturday night.
Oh no!
And he walked.
He did it for his son.
The side of the cage that he fell back.
Amazing.
He did it right at Pineda's son, who's now 15
this
or 16.
Trash talking teenagers. Incredible.
Adesanya is getting at a level.
That's big time.
Yeah, it is.
That's big
Pedro
time.
Martinez is also up there. Pedro was pretty good.
You know what? Real quick, anytime you start to talk about anybody's family, like how Clubber Lang talk, hey Adrian, come get the real man.
Yeah.
Anytime you start to do significant other family, that you're getting over there.
Crossing
you're
the
getting
line.
over the top. Yeah.
Crossing the line.
All right, coming up, could the Kings being so healthy this season actually now backfire?
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Gold Country Casino Resort in Oroville is bringing you Larry the Cable Guy.
It's a cool anniversary. This is my 27th year in the comedy business, and it's my 5th year being funny, so I'm excited about both of them, all right?
Saturday, May 6th at Gold Country Casino Resort. 2 shows at 7 and 9:30 p.m. Larry the Cable Guy.
Gold Country Casino Resort.
Must be 21 or older.
Folks, there's been some swings and misses, but he's at bat now, and here's the swing. This could be at least a triple, a home run.
Are you looking for a grand slam? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with 0 down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
0 down with approved credit.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So what do you provide? Cookie cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder.
Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
KH2KAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone with your Sactown Sports headlines. The coveted NBA playoff calendar dropped this afternoon. Ride with us as Cattles and Ramie highlight all of the need-to-know dates for this highly anticipated first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs. Otherwise in the association, last night the play-in tournament jumped off. The Atlanta Hawks two-stepped over the Miami Heat with a final score of 116-105. The Lakers of La La Land skid past the shorthanded Timberwolves squad in an overtime 108-102 victory. Tonight on the play-in docket, Chicago Bulls go international squaring up with the Toronto Raptors, and the Oklahoma City Thunder slide down to the Big Easy to tussle with the Pelicans of New Orleans. And finally, as Sacramento continues to gear up for the Battle of I-80, Sactown Sports has your chance to score the hottest seats in the NBA. Head to SactownSports.com and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center, all courtesy of Quick Quack Car Wash. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Now back to Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie. Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Hour number 3 on a Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. He's Ramie. I'm Cattles. That's Baby Yoda. If you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. By the way, can we get a like for Baby Yoda? Can we get a like for Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda.
Whoa. What happened there?
Sounded like double Simone.
It's like 3 Simones at one time.
Baby Yoda. I got love for the boy. I'll be with you everywhere. I love flowers, man. What can I say? Go forth and light the beam, baby.
Yeah, whole library of Simone.
Lots of Simone happening. Lots of Simone. So again, give us a like, thumbs up. We appreciate it. Very little effort from you. Doesn't cost a thing. Helps us an awful lot here at Sactown Sports as we build the brand. Again, it's youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Before we jump into whether or not Ramie is concerned about fatigue regarding the Kings as we get ready for this series against the Warriors, for those jumping in the car, might have not seen this today, the full schedule's out. So game 1 we know is Saturday night, 5:30 tip, G1C. Game 2 is Monday at Golden One. Tip time is 7 o'clock. So Monday, game 2. If you're watching on TV, that game will be on TNT. By the way, Ramie and I will be out at Golden One on Monday.
Sir.
We will be broadcasting live from Doco before Game 2. So if you want to swing by,
Let's go, Sacramento.
say hello. That'd be fantastic. We'd love to meet many of you. And then Game 3 is Thursday. Thursday, 7 o'clock tip. That game is also on TNT, of course. That's at the Chase Center. And Game 4 is on Sunday, also at the Chase Center. That tip is an early one, 12:30 on Sunday, April 23rd. So Saturday, Monday, so one day off in between 1 and 2. Then you have 2 days off between 2 and 3, Tuesday and Wednesday. You play Thursday. Then you have 2 days off between 3 and 4, Friday and Saturday. You play Sunday. If you want to, know what's going on games 5 through 7, Wednesday, game 5. So Sunday, then you have Monday, Tuesday off. Game 5 would be Wednesday, the 26th, back here at the G1C. Game 6 would be back at the Chase Center on Friday, April 28th. And then you've got Sunday as game 7.
None
Here
of that
back
will
at the
be
G1C.
necessary.
And that'll be April 30th.
None of that will be necessary.
So you've got 4 weeknight games. 4 weeknight games by my count.
Don't love that. One more weekend games, but whatever. Just start the playoffs, man.
You have 2 weeknight games here in Sacramento. Monday, game 2, and then game 5 is on the Wednesday. You have 2 possible weekend games here at the G1C. Of course, game 1, and then game 7 on Sunday, April 30th. So that is your schedule. All right, Ramie.
All right, Nick.
Looking at the Kings, we've talked a lot about how healthy they've been and how it's a major reason why they have 48 wins, a major reason why they are the 3 seed in the Western Conference. De'Aaron Fox has missed the most games out of the starting 5. He's missed 9 games. He played 73 games this season. So what about the minutes? Because we tend to talk about the games, right? We tend to talk about the games. We tend to talk about just health overall, big picture stuff. So I did some digging today, Ramie. Did some research for the show. And did you know that the Kings have not 1, not 2, not 3,
okay, LeBron,
but 4. The Kings have 4 guys in the top 40 for most minutes played this year. 4 of the top 40 in the NBA in total minutes played, the Kings. Domantas Sabonis has played the 6th most minutes in the league this year. He has played 2,736.
That doesn't surprise me.
HB has played the 13th most minutes.
Played all 82 games.
Foxy's played 29th most minutes.
Also doesn't surprise me.
Keegan's played the 38th most minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
That one I find a little bit surprising.
So when you look at the minutes, total minutes played, the Kings have 4 guys in the top 40. How many Warriors do you think are in the top 40 this year in the NBA in total minutes played? How many Warriors?
I want to say 0. I'll go 1, though. I'll say 1.
How many do you think, JJ?
Same thing. I'm going 1.
Simone?
Kayvon Looney.
Fine, then give me 2.
The answer is 1.
Dang.
Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is the only Warrior in the top 40 in total minutes played in the NBA this year, and he was 23rd. 23rd. You almost have 3 Kings that have played more minutes than the guy who's played the most minutes for the Warriors this year. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. And when you look at the total minutes played, Ramie, and you're now going into the postseason, are you concerned about fatigue being an issue?
I don't worry so much about fatigue because this is a young team. You know what I mean? And when you talk about those minutes, Nick, a lot of that is not by choice. You know what I mean? When it comes to some of these other teams that didn't play their players as many minutes. We talked about the Warriors, and there was probably some rest there, some, easing up, pulling back a little bit on the regular season, given their age and how many miles and just having played a championship season. But, man, most teams would love to be able to run their starters out there for as many minutes as you just reeled off. You know what I mean? They didn't have the option to do that because more times than not, the injury bug gets you before you can put together that many minutes collectively. You know what I mean? So the Kings were very fortunate to be able to run their guys out there. And on top of that, they're one of the youngest teams in the NBA. I don't really worry about them getting tired. I don't worry about them getting tired in the postseason. I just wonder how long you can be this lucky because nobody else has been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is the Grim Reaper looking over your shoulder every night and going, it's just a matter of time, just a matter of time. Just the law of averages and odds says that they've been really lucky to be able to compile this many minutes collectively and not have any major injuries.
All right,
you know
so
what I mean?
We got people moving the goalposts in the chat, and I don't want to do that. We've got Gilbert, we've got TCG telling us why it was good that they played so many minutes. I'm not telling you it wasn't good that they played a ton of minutes. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that it didn't help chemistry. That's a different conversation. It's a different conversation to talk about if the minutes helped them versus will the minutes actually backfire on them in the postseason because they played so many more minutes than the Warriors players played. For those saying, they're young, ask Jason Tatum. Tatum last year came out after getting beat in the finals. Did you see Tatum in the finals? That dude was dead.
Yeah, he was.
24 years old. Dead. So no matter how young you are, playing that many minutes adds up. Now, am I worried? No. Is fatigue like at the top of my list? Of course not. Is there some concern? Yeah, there is. There is some concern. There's some concern because, first of all, Domas is vital to this team. He's played the 6th most minutes this year, and he's going to be asked to probably play like 39, 40 minutes a night against the Warriors. And that goes back to the idea of the backup center stuff that we talked about during the regular season.
Right.
Again, am I guaranteeing this is going to foil Domas' series? No, and we'll talk more about Domas in a few minutes. How about the fact that De'Aaron Fox has played a lot of minutes, and now he's got to chase Steph Curry around for maybe 7 games? Non-stop. Steph Curry is non-stop motion. Many people were wondering at the end of the year. It's funny. Many people were wondering, the same people that are saying, it was great for them to get minutes. Some of those same people were wondering if Foxy was gassed at the end of the year. And now you're not concerned when he's got to run around and chase Steph?
He's had a whole offseason, basically, between the end of the regular season and the start of the playoffs.
And by the way, Foxy's style of play, he also relies on his speed an awful lot. A lot of his game is getting up and down. The Warriors are well rested, man. Steph Curry missed 26 games. There's a pro and a con to that.
Right.
He's got plenty of juice left after missing 26 games. And they have had a whole week off as well. They didn't have to play in the play-in. Again, I'm not telling you that I'm picking the Warriors and that the Kings are just going to be tired messes. If you ask me, is fatigue a concern? Yes. Fatigue is at least a slight concern with a team that has not played in the postseason, a team that has not played in the postseason together, a team that has only 3 guys that have ever played in an NBA postseason, and they have 4 guys in the top 40 in minutes played. Yes, because minutes add up, no matter how young you are. So that's what happens. It's the wear and tear of the season. And when you get into a postseason, the intensity and the physicality picks up. And the Kings depend on pace, just like the Warriors do, offensively. So with that intensity and physicality and the amount of minutes, even if the pace slows down a little bit.
I asked Monte Poole this earlier. The deeper this series goes, do you think it's advantage Kings because of the youth of this team, or do you think it's advantage Warriors because of what you're talking about right now?
Say it again.
If this series goes deep, 6-7 games, do you think the fatigue catches up to the Warriors and their age and all the miles they've racked up over their careers, or do you think the fatigue catches up to the Kings and all the minutes that they played this season? I think it's advantage Kings the longer this thing goes. I think it's advantage the younger, more energetic group.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Despite the minutes.
But I would also say that the deeper you get into the series, the tougher the series gets, the more adjustments you have. And usually the more experienced team wins a series that goes 6 or 7 games. So you also have that part of it. I mean, it's just a fascinating series. It really is all the way around. Your thoughts? Are you concerned in any way? Are you concerned in any way about the Kings? How many minutes they've played? 4 guys in the top 40. Domas 6th in the league in total minutes. You concerned about that? 916-339-1140. Telephone number open for you. Wide open for phone calls. Want to hear from you, Kings fans? 1-800-920-1140. Also, you can check us out, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. We'll get to your reaction. Also, a certain King has to be greedy in this series. I'll tell you who and why in 90 seconds.
Sactown Sports. The last time the Kings won the Pacific Division, Weber and Peugeot were rocking Arco Arena.
Weber with a rebound. Kings break out. They've got 4-on-3. Right wing feed. Christie. Touch pass. Peugeot behind the back of Weber. Power jam with the right hand.
20 years later, Fox and Domas have turned Golden One Center into a madhouse.
Fox to Sabonis. Sabonis scores in the low post.
Congratulations to the Sacramento Kings for winning the Pacific Division title for the first time since 2003.
And the Sacramento Kings have just won a Pacific Division championship.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity.
What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. eBay Motors. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
I have like 70 things to read. Let me see. Make sure we get one of them out of the way. First round playoff coverage, Ramie, on Sactown Sports. Brought to you by National Garage Door. Find out more at nationalgaragedoor.com. Text line, if you call Baby Yoda by his real name, you'll earn a like. We've already done that.
Grogu. There.
But if I said Grogu, how many people are going to know who I'm talking about?
Everybody who watches the show.
I'm talking about the casuals. I'm
Right.
talking about the
memes.
memes.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda, everybody knows.
Even people who don't watch the show, like you said, casuals, they know that. They know him as Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I know him as. Baby Yoda. By the way, if you want another
new episode dropped today, can't wait.
If you want another media member in your crosshairs, Keith Smith from Front Office Show, Spotrac. He's worked other places. He just tweeted out his first round picks. Warriors over Kings in 6 games. So put him on the list.
Keep the Kings name out your mouth. Thank you. I was just about to say it.
We should have kept a list of the national
We can do that.
pundits
We can compile that
have gone against the Kings in this series. Are you at all concerned by the amount of minutes that the Kings starters have played this year? Total minutes. Will it backfire? Did some research today. 4 guys in the top 40 in total minutes played, including Domas, who was 6th in the league in total minutes. Some of the reaction. Brian Carticelli, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Give us a thumbs up. It would be very much appreciated. Nick, Ramie, y'all make some really good points. I'm with you. I don't think anyone's saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. You're just pointing out the facts, talking about those minutes. Yes. And I'm slightly concerned. Again, if it was like a panic meter, 0 to 10, I'm probably at a 5 or a 6. I'm not going to sit there and tell you I'm at like a 9 or a 10 about it. But I do think it can stack up. Especially, like you ever see a fighter and they walk in. This happens in the UFC a good amount. And it's their first fight in the UFC. And they have this ultimate adrenaline dump. They walk in there, they're full of adrenaline, and then a minute into the fight, they're completely gassed. When a team has not played in a postseason yet, and you're playing against the defending champions, there's also some of that plays into this. And so it's draining, man. You're playing the defending champions. You're playing Steph Curry. This is the first time that this team has been in the postseason for 16 years. It's going to be more physical and intense. This is some draining stuff. And I think we look at athletes. I try not to do this, but I think many people look at athletes almost as androids. Oh, they're professional athletes. They'll be fine. It's a lot. It's a lot. The intensity of the playoffs, the white hot light.
There's a human element to all of this.
Yes. And
big moments like this can get the best of people.
No doubt about it.
Get the adrenaline pumping, maybe a little too much.
No doubt about it. Cole G, to me, it would be more of a concern if we were talking second or third round with 6 days off and 1 to 2 days off between all games. Which I don't see it being an issue the first round. Again, but if we're looking at the comparison between the Warriors and the Kings, which I'm doing, the Warriors have also had all these days off. The Warriors will also have the same rest that you'll have during the series. It's not like you're getting more rest than the Warriors are. Am I, Jock? Not really worried. Both teams get to sleep comfortably in their beds at the end of the night.
We still don't know if
I don't think the Warriors are going to stay in Sacramento.
They haven't, as of this morning in an article I read.
They're not driving back 2 hours after the game on Saturday night.
They said they hadn't decided, from what I understand.
Be interesting if they do. I wouldn't, but what do I know? What do I know? Meanwhile,
I've been faced with that decision before. Like, do I drive 90 minutes to go home and sleep in my own bed, or just like get a hotel or? And I always prefer my own bed. It's a 90-minute drive. What's the big deal?
Megadeth Night, you know I must love this show if I'm putting off watching the new Mandalorian for this.
Yeah.
We love you too, Megadeth.
Love you back.
We love you too.
I'm putting off watching the new Mandalorian.
Me too.
Give us that thumbs up for this guy right here. Baby Yoda. Thumbs up.
I could be watching the Mandalorian right now too.
Mikey Season says he listened to the Bob Myers interview and they're actually staying in Sacramento. That's what Bob Myers.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
But again, that's secondhand information. So
I'm surprised they just wouldn't catch the jet back.
no.
Why are we driving?
You got a private jet.
We'll get into that, I think, maybe a little bit tomorrow. There's a story on that. Dig into that a little bit. I want to talk about Domas, though, Ramie. I think this – now, people might hear me say this and go, duh, but let me explain. This is a huge Domas series. And what I mean by that is –
What do you mean by that, Nick?
I want Domas to be aggressive. I want Domas taking 15 to 20 shots every night in this series. I want an aggressive Domas. When you look at the 3 games that count that they played this year, because we're not counting the 4th game, it was a joke. Nobody played for the Kings. When you look at the 3 games, Domas in the 2 losses, he played well. 19, 14, and 5 in the 2 losses. 19, 14, and 5. The win, though, that the Kings had against the Warriors this year, Domas went for 26, 22, and 8. He dominated every sense of the word. And I also looked this up. Field goal attempts. Domas, I think that night took 17 shots. That's the 6th most field goal attempts he took in a game this year. I want deep paint touches. I want Domas attacking Looney to the chest, just like he did against Gobert going back a couple weeks ago. Attack through the chest. If Draymond Green is going to defend you, Domas, back your ass up in the paint and go to work. Don't be too unselfish. Don't be, Captain Selfless.
We have seen those games where he has like 8 field goal attempts through 3 quarters.
I don't want
like,
that.
What is happening?
I think he had 10 field goal attempts the first game against the Warriors this year. I don't want that. I want an aggressive Domas. Play in and out. Get those deep paint touches. If they try to double you, then you can kick it out, all that stuff. But if you've got Looney, the Warriors do not have a player that can consistently limit Domas offensively. And I think the Kings need to take advantage of that. I think they could score some points in the paint in this series. I think they could score a decent amount of points in the paint this series. The Warriors are not big on points in the paint. The Kings were able to hold their own all year long against the Warriors in the paint. That has not been the case. We know. We've seen this team play 82 games.
Mm-hmm.
They're not great in the paint. The Warriors weren't able to really take advantage of that. I want Domas to be, pound it into him, even if it's the start of game and he has a big first quarter to set the tone. I want him to be aggressive. I want that offensive versatility for them. I don't want to rely just on a 3-point shot. This series could end up being a 3-point contest if you look at the statistics. But I think the Kings have different ways offensively to bother the Warriors. And number 1 on my list is Sabonis. I want this dude to be angry and greedy in this series.
Do you think they throw more Draymond at him than they did in the regular season? Because he played half as many minutes on Domas as Looney did during the regular season. And when he did, it wasn't much. Small sample size. Held Sabonis to 4 points on 1 shot and slowed the Kings offense down to 83.5 points per 100 possessions. When it was Draymond on Domas, it wasn't a lot. Again, small sample size. It caused some problems for him. I would think they were saving that for the postseason. Both saving the look of showing Domas and also the punishment and the wear of covering a Domas Sabonis over the course of, and guys like that over the course of a season.
The question is, what do you give up if you're playing Green at the 5? Now you're going small.
Right.
So what are you giving up on the other end? I think if you go small and you play Green against Domas better have 30 rebounds.
True.
And so, and also, who's 1 through 4? Are you playing DiVincenzo at the 3
or Dellavedova?
Oh, I almost said it. Are you playing DiVincenzo at the 3? Are you playing Kuminga at the 3? Is Wiggins playing the 3 or the 4? I mean, there's a lot of different things that can happen. My overall point is, man, if you have the opportunity, if Domas has the opportunity, if he has the matchup, Go to work, Domas. Go to work. 15, 18, 20 shots. If you can beat them in the paint, beat them senseless. Make them react off of you, and then you'll get even better three-point shots. I think this is a big Domas series, and I hope that he brings the aggressiveness. I don't want to see any of these, like Ramie said, these 10 field goal attempt games. I don't want to see 7 shots, 8 shots, 10 shots. Look, if you're getting 20 assists and you win the game, I'll accept it. But I think the Kings can hit the Warriors different ways offensively in this series. And I don't want them coming down just shooting threes, because if you play that game, the Warriors want you to play that game. They want you to have a 3-point shooting contest. Make them work. And that starts with Domas.
Yeah, they can still shoot that 3.
More playoff talk coming up next.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I think it should be illegal for Warriors fans to do any sort of chant or anything in our arena.
Illegal.
Make Warriors gear and chants illegal at Golden One Center and subject to immediate expulsion. Who votes no on that? Is that snowflakey of me? Yes. Do I care? No.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Skies will stay mainly clear tonight. Look for a breeze to pick up during the night tonight, and tomorrow will be a breezy day as well, with highs in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
The Kings are in the playoffs, and Sactown Sports and Quick Quack Car Wash want to send you to a game. Head to the Sactown Sports website and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center. All courtesy of Quick Quack, proud partner of the Sacramento Kings with over 30 locations in the Sacramento area. At Quick Quack, wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy the fast service that will have your car clean, shined, and dried in under 3 minutes.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need. when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Folks, there's been some swings and misses, but he's at bat now, and here's the swing. This could be at least a triple, a home run.
Are you looking for a grand slam? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone with your Sactown Sports headlines. The coveted NBA playoff calendar dropped this afternoon. Ride with us as Cattles and Ramie highlight all of the need-to-know dates for this highly anticipated first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs. Otherwise in the association, last night the play-in tournament jumped off. The Atlanta Hawks two-stepped over the Miami Heat with a final score of 116-105. The Lakers of La La Land skid past the shorthanded Timberwolves squad in an overtime 108-102 victory. Tonight on the play-in docket, Chicago Bulls go international squaring up with the Toronto Raptors, and the Oklahoma City Thunder slide down to the Big Easy to tussle with the Pelicans of New Orleans. And finally, as Sacramento continues to gear up for the Battle of I-80, Sactown Sports has your chance to score the hottest seats in the NBA. Head to SactownSports.com and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center, all courtesy of Quick Quack Car Wash. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Welcome back in to Cattles and Ramie.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
All guests coming to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We'll get back to the Kings in a couple minutes, but I wanted to talk about the two games being played tonight. I don't want to talk about it too much because Toronto, Chicago. Ugh. Mic check.
Mic check. My goodness.
This game.
This is like in the Western Conference, as ugly as last night's game was.
Ooh, nice finish by Van Vliet, though.
That was. As ugly as last night's game was between Minnesota and Los Angeles, we look at the Western Conference and we go, these play-in teams, they could make some noise. The Lakers, Timberwolves, if they're going to get Rudy Gobert back, if they can win their next game against whoever that might be. You look at the East, and I think we're all watching this and going, so they're playing for what, the right to lose to Milwaukee or Boston? Is that what's going on here?
So Toronto's up 25-18, 53 seconds left in the first quarter. We know all about Toronto. They're athletic. They're long. They can't shoot a lick.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Nurse sounds like he's going to be gone once the season's over. I mean, he's pretty much come out and told people he's leaving. So we'll see if Nick Nurse is there for the long term. Doesn't sound like it. Chicago's a weird team. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan don't necessarily love playing alongside each other. Pat Bev was added into the mix. Kind of a strange situation in Chicago. I think Toronto, I'm not just saying this. I had this, written down earlier before the show. I think Toronto wins this game. I think they move on. And if Toronto wins, get ready for this offensive classic. Toronto against Miami.
Ooh.
You know how beautiful we all expect this Warriors-Kings series to be offensively? That is the antithesis.
No, thank you. Can they just not play that game?
The Raptors and the Heat.
Can we just say the Bucks advanced to round 2 and not forget both those teams?
I mean,
even exist?
Remove a vampire.
How many people are looking forward to that one?
Not me.
Drake.
That's Friday night too. That's the way you want to spend your Friday late afternoon, watching that crap fest.
Two solid cities though, Toronto to Miami. If you're covering it, you good.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the angle. Two great cities if you're coming. Although Miami,
really?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Not my speed.
Too sticky, too bright,
Yeah,
too
exactly. Fake.
Bring me the sexy
smells
people.
too.
I want to stay in Miami.
Stinks.
What?
Simone, how many times have you been to Miami?
Once.
It stinks. Go to when you're almost near the ocean. Like go in a little bit.
Yeah.
It just and I think it's because of the humidity. It's just not.
I need to remind myself it is Florida at the end of the day. I need to come to.
Is it collective body odor? Is that what you think it is?
I'll tell you the one thing. Kelly and I went to Miami the first time we went to Miami. And look, Miami, there's a lot of nice areas. I'm not, oblivious to that. But Kelly and I, the first time we went to Miami, we're hanging out and we see a guy. He tells us, he's working at a bar. He tells us that there was somebody that goes there like they would have like bottle service every once a week or something. And this guy would show up, one of the clientele would show up once a month, and he would roll up in like a super expensive car. And it was a rental. He would rent the car for this night, and he drove a broken down crap car. He literally would save all of his disposable income. He would save for this one night every month, and he would roll up in this car, and everybody would be like, "Whoa!"
Was it paying off?
He looked like a big time high roller.
I mean, was it paying off?
According to the bartender, now.
Okay. Simone, what did you say before? Bring me all the what?
The sexy people?
Oh, you're sexy.
She's just way over.
I wanted her to say the whole phrase again so we could get that drop. He stepped on it. She didn't take
Trying
the
to
bait.
bait me?
She did not take the bait.
Or maybe she stepped on me.
Either way.
Huh?
I just wanted the drop.
Toronto's
Don't take it
great,
personal.
though.
Yeah. Toronto's a really nice city.
I've actually never
city.
been there.
I have.
I pump faked you.
Got family.
I've been to Montreal.
Got family in Canada.
I got some stories about Montreal.
I've spent too much time in Montreal.
One of my buddies got me a dance in Montreal.
Oh my god!
As a prank. I can't finish the rest of it on the air. I'll be fired.
Oh, on, baby.
It was during a spring break. We all went up there from URI, spent a few nights in Montreal. Me and a couple of knuckleheads. Yeah. Was that a time? Meanwhile, Pelicans, OKC. OKC, great story. Jalen Williams is balling. To me, it's Brandon Ingram or bust. Like Brandon's got to play well for the Pels if they want a chance to move on. Eileen, Pelicans. Zion obviously still out. Here was Zion yesterday talking about his absence.
I don't know how else to say it. It just sucks. I love this game. I say it over and over. For those people that think that I just want to sit on the sideline, just to sit over there, I don't know why people think that. But it sucks. I just want to be playing basketball for real.
I feel bad for the guy.
So do I, man.
He gets such a bad rep. Like, you think he wants to miss all of this? You think he doesn't want to play? I don't feel bad for him financially. He's set for life. But this is a young man who, let me just say this. I love Zion. Zion actually made me capable of standing Duke for a year because he was so likable. He is one of the most likable guys. He was so likable in college. He was a great teammate in college. He's spectacular to watch. NBA fans universally should be disappointed that we're not able to watch this guy play on a nightly basis.
Agreed.
And he's not trying to get hurt.
I will say this. You're right. He gets a bad rap and people come down too hard on him. There have been times he hasn't necessarily taken his conditioning as seriously as he could have.
No doubt.
And that can lead to injury. That's a fair criticism.
No doubt. Look,
you know what I mean?
He hasn't turned down many buffets.
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
Waddle over here.
My man likes to eat, okay? There's no doubt about that. But this year, I mean, this injury happened early in the season, and he was in great shape.
Yeah.
It's also been the case where he's been in very good shape, and his body's just broken down. He's a big dude who plays an explosive style of basketball. That was my only concern about him going into the league was, is his body going to hold up? He's a thick cat. And even when he's in shape, he's a big dude. When he's out of shape, my goodness. I remember that picture of him in the red velour jumpsuit. Did you see that one last year? He was walking around. He looked like he was 450 pounds. I don't think he was, but he looked it. But I love Zion. I do. I love him. I hope he gets healthy. I hope even if it was for a couple of years, I'd love to see it. But it's been a rough go. Coming up, a pro sports franchise has embarrassed itself trying to rip off your Sacramento Kings.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy
going to throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Debo 10. Debo. Touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Skies will stay mainly clear tonight. Look for a breeze to pick up during the night tonight, and tomorrow will be a breezy day as well, with highs in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Make your New Year's resolutions yet? Let me help. Trade out of that old car and into something safe and reliable, like a new Folsom Lake Kia with a low payment. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family owned for over 20 years.
Let's cheers to the champions. Join us for the 50th anniversary of the 1973 World Series Championship team with a pregame ceremony on Sunday, April 16th. Celebrate Gene Tennis, Vita Blue, Raleigh Fingers, and many more A's legends.
The next pitch deep to right field. It is going. It is gone. Goodbye. Two-run home run by Reggie Jackson.
Tickets are available at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Since the 1950s, Warehouse Paint has been helping local homeowners and professionals bring color to life. Whether it's painting your home's exterior, repainting kitchen cabinets, or finding the perfect accent color, Warehouse Paint's expert team is here to help. You'll find a great selection of PPG and Benjamin Moore paints, along with local service you can trust. With 5 Sacramento area stores, Warehouse Paint is ready to help bring your next paint project to life. Visit warehousepaint.com for a store near you.
Growing a business brings pressure. It's not easy to maintain momentum and still keep employees engaged. Fortunately, there's Insperity. Their scalable HR solutions help me with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance while giving my employees competitive benefit options. When my people are able to thrive, my business can adapt and prosper. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
Get ready to feel the roar when playoff basketball comes to Sacramento.
The Sacramento Kings are going to the playoffs.
Your Pacific Division champion Kings have clinched a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs. Head to kings.com/playoffs for the latest news on games, tickets, watch parties, and more. Don't miss your chance to experience the Kings in the playoffs and cheer on your Sacramento Kings. Visit kings.com/playoffs now.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I want to talk to you about my friends at Amy Ace Hardware and Amy's Outdoor Living. It's warm. The weather is finally here. It's time to get outdoors. And my friends at Amy Ace Hardware and Amy Outdoor Living are celebrating with a huge warehouse sale, 3 days only, this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 8 to 5 p.m. The warehouse is at 11255 Pirates Way, Suite 200 in Gold River off Sunrise and 50. Slash prices on patio furniture, including top quality brands like Brown, Jordan, and others. Everything for your backyard, like umbrellas, cushions, fire pits, and lounge chairs. You're going to find huge discounts on slightly dented and demoed Weber and Traeger grills. Pick her up a Traeger like I have. Pick one up today. Even some pre-light Christmas trees. So, hey, bring your truck, load it up. 3-day warehouse sale at 11255 Pirates Way, Gold River off of Sunrise and 50. Follow the signs and tell me, buddy, Carmichael Dave sent you.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com. 0 down with approved credit.
With you 1 mile at a time during the afternoon drive. Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
It's the Doggy
Sanitizer.
It's the
What'd you touch?
What'd you
touch that triggered a sanitizer session?
The mic wire.
But you wiped that.
No, I did not.
Oh.
Bad wipe job by me.
I'll leave that one alone.
Yeah. Wearing a new pair of underwear today.
I smelled something.
Wipe thoroughly, folks. I was like watching the show from yesterday. Kelly likes to watch the ridiculous moments of the show that we have every day. And so
show her this one.
I showed her the conversation about the hand sanitizer yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
And I feel like, she had like a kindred spirit watching everybody talk about it because she's been living this for a while now.
Now other people get to witness.
Others feel her pain.
Right.
And,
exactly.
But you only have to feel the pain for like 4 hours a day.
She lives with
Kelly lives with me.
Are you
think about that for a minute?
Do you are you the hand sanitizer with the scent at all, like Bath and Body Works type guy, or do you do any of that, or are you all strictly clear?
I'm equal opportunity.
That a boy.
I mean, if
EOE, huh?
If if it cleans the hands, it cleans the hands. But I will say that
like a lavender scent.
I use a lot of just the boring stuff because we get
Pure sale.
So
you get it in bulk.
Yes,
that boy.
Yeah, we get big bottles of hand sanitizer
straight at the Costco.
Big bottle.
Sam's Club, smack them at the instead of the water cases, you put the
picturing an oil drum. You know what I mean? Just rolling it into the house.
We spare no expense for hand sanitizer and Lysol wipes, baby. We corner the market on that. Corner the market.
Now at home, everything you touch, you have to hand sanitize, or you trust your home is clean enough. Those are yours and Kelly's germs, so it doesn't matter.
At home, I do the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You're a tortured man.
I am. It's not fun.
Has this always been? Have you always been?
I do this? So, I mean, what we're doing is we're really laughing at a chemical imbalance in my head. We do know that, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm perfectly quiet back here.
Is this something you've always done?
I can't even remember.
Pandemic-ish?
I can't remember when it started.
Really?
I used hand sanitizer like not as much as I do now, but like every once in a while I would use it. Like I'd use it more than my friends that never use it. But the pandemic really kind of, I think, clicked something in the brain.
Took it up a notch.
You know, I had this conversation with someone, I don't remember, just say a friend, and hand sanitizer just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was mostly pandemic.
I mean, people were using it before, but I'm saying, you know, in 2005, you didn't see no hand sanitizer.
No,
it's a YouTube sensation. It's come around, it's Google. It's come around like the last 10, 12 years.
But what I do here is what I do at home.
You wipe everything down every day like this?
Certain things.
But they're your germs, man.
So I wipe down my computer at home.
Every day?
Not every day, no. But the tray, if I eat something on the tray, I wipe it down with Lysol.
Well, I mean,
do that every day.
Drop something on there. Sure.
And then if I put the remote control on the tray and I'm touching it while I'm eating food and I'm touching forks and stuff, I will wipe the remote control down too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's thorough.
The phone's a bad thing too. The phone doesn't leave the pocket.
You don't take your phone in the bathroom, right?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Even I don't do that. How are you taking your phone in the bathroom?
I wash my hands and sanitize before I grab the phone. Then it goes back into the pocket, and then
I'm not going to do it to you. I won't do it to you. Because if I say what I would,
there's a clean process before and after.
I understand, but
a thoroughly clean process.
If I said the reason I don't take my phone in the bath, it's just going to add another layer to your neuroses. So I'll just keep that one to myself.
We have a lot of poop talk here on Cattles and Ramie. A lot of poop talk.
A lot might be a stretch.
Pull that, Jay.
I don't think you got to tell Jay to pull things. I think Jay's one step ahead. I think Jay is well aware of.
It's good to have two sets of ears listening for that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Anyway,
I always appreciated that when I was producing.
Somebody just fell in your toilet, shut your toilet, blew up your toilet.
Toilet. So we got to get this. We got to get to this though, because I said that there was a professional sports franchise that's trying to rip off the Kings, and it's bad, and it's Ramie's Cubs. So the Cubs, Ramie, you can speak on this.
Yeah,
they have started.
My worlds are colliding.
They have started to light the W at Wrigley Field.
It hardly looks like a W. It hardly looks like a W.
It looks like a kid tried to put up Christmas lights.
So bad.
A little. It does. It looks like a kid put up. I put up a light like a W lights in my house when they won the World Series, and it looked better than what they got going. Little backstory. So they put new lights up at Wrigley Field.
Those are new.
They put these fancy new lights up. They're like LED.
Oh, yeah.
They can dance with the music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
College football, big college football stadiums have that.
Yeah,
stuff.
So they installed that, and I think they just saw the popularity. This wasn't planned. This couldn't have been planned, and it looked this bad. They saw the popularity of the light the beam, and they're like, "Hey, we got these new lights. Maybe we do something with them. They're lighting the beam in Sacramento. We can light the W here." It looks terrible. Stop it. I'm asking the Chicago Cubs right now to either stop it or invest a little money in it and make it look better. And they already have a thing. They were the original. They were the original beam. They for those who don't know, they raise a giant W flag above the highest point of Wrigley Field. They have spotlights shining on it. You can see it from anywhere on the north side of Chicago. It's the original beam. It's like the 20th century beam. You know what I mean?
Thumbs down.
They didn't have lasers back then, so they just had a flag and shine spotlights on it.
Just come up with your own gimmick.
They already did. They got a thing. You don't need to steal somebody else's thing.
When you steal somebody else's thing, just stay with your own gimmick or come up with a new gimmick. Don't rip off a gimmick.
It looks really bad.
It looks awful.
It looks terrible.
They got T-shirts like that. It's awful.
Can someone put a picture of it up on the Sactown Sports page?
Chicago's one of my favorite cities.
Obviously,
not
one
anymore.
of mine.
Not with this. They plummeted down the list. This alone.
Miami or Chicago?
Miami now.
Oh, stop it! Come on.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes.
In the summertime, man, Chicago's undefeated. I'm sorry.
No. Chicago's great in the summertime.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely great.
Did you know the song
I don't know. Did I?
The song Summertime by Will Smith inspired
Summer.
by a trip to Chicago during the summer to visit family.
What?
Yeah. He said summer in Chicago is so good, it inspired him to write a song.
You just crushed the hearts of people in Philadelphia.
I know. Look it up, though.
Or maybe not. Will's not the most popular guy since he slapped Chris Rock. So maybe people don't care anymore. Kings Warriors schedule is out. We'll go over that. We have a lot more with Top Spot next.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Can we say the most punchable that played for both teams?
So that's the schedule. Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Not happy, if I just want to selfishly, not happy about Friday and Sunday, game 6 and 7. We talked about this earlier in the week. I hate it because if this...
We could get a whole show of content Monday, right? Saturday.
If this series goes 7 games, on that Monday, we're going to be forced to pretty much just act as if game 6 never existed. Talk about it a little bit, but it's mostly going to be game 7. I hate having to cover 2 big games in like one show. It's irritating.
We can do it though. We're pros.
Oh, we can do it.
Yeah.
It's just irritating. So
Cover all
that's the schedule. That is the
sounds
schedule.
now on, by the way.
Awesome. So we just went through the schedule.
That's my bad. I'm sorry, YouTube peeps.
If you didn't hear us, good luck. Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Saturday, Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. There you go.
Totally absorb that.
Look, we'll just go like 2 games at a time. So just focus on Saturday at the G1C 5:30 tip ABC, Monday at the G1C 7 o'clock tip on TNT. And by the way, Ramie and I will be out at the G1C.
Yeah, we will
on Monday.
Let's go. I can walk to work, baby.
Broadcast live.
Let's go
from Doko.
Speaking of selfishly, I like being able to walk to work.
So if you've ever want to come out, say hello, chill for a bit, you can do that again on Monday at Doko. Ramie and I will be there. I'll be there with hand sanitizer.
I'll be there with my shirt off.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
It's the playoffs.
I've already talked to Doko security. The shirt will be on.
If you have your shirt on for the playoffs, you're doing it wrong. Just going to say that. You know how they put shirts on chairs for playoff games?
Yes.
Put body paint on chairs so people can just show up shirtless and get creative.
Or have the people show up and put their shirt on the chair when they get there. Fill the chair.
There you go.
So there you go. There's the schedule. Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports here on a Wednesday. Also, we asked, who is the king with the most to prove? And Ramie and I both said De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox.
The idea that, a lot of people have been wondering, can he be a 1A on a team that goes on a playoff run? This is Foxy's chance to prove that.
The whole team has something to prove. And if you weren't sure about that, just look at the odds. Look at all the national pundits are saying this whole team, this organization has something to prove and has to earn the respect of the NBA world all over again after having a good regular season. Everybody's looking at him now and going, that's cute. Now show us that you're for real. But if I'm going to narrow it down to one guy, it's De'Aaron Fox, man.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of that playoff drought, a lot of that stink from the playoff drought on his shoulders. He was here for a third of it. And last year, the Kings, to use Mortal Kombat terms, chose their fighter between Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox, and they chose De'Aaron Fox and sent Tyrese Halliburton packing. I think a lot of Kings fans, not that they wanted De'Aaron Fox to be traded, but looked at him after that, and they were like, all right, man, it's your show. Now it's on you to deliver because you're the basket that the Kings put all their eggs in between you and Tyrese Halliburton. Make them look smart. Make that be the right decision. So far he has, but there's still more to do for De'Aaron Fox, I think, in the eyes of some Kings fans.
Yeah, and this is going to be a very challenging series for Fox, right? I mean, if he's going to defend Steph, which we have to imagine he will be the guy defending Steph, he's going to be running around all over the place, nonstop. So hopefully the hammy has had time to heal. He feels better physically, because he's going to be chasing Steph throughout this series. And offensively, again, I think the Warriors are going to challenge De'Aaron. I think they're going to put Andrew Wiggins on him a decent amount. I would not be surprised if they try to put Gary Payton II on him. JJ brought that up yesterday during the show. Even Jonathan Kuminga, they're going to try to put length, I think, on De'Aaron. And I also would not be surprised, Ramie, if they double De'Aaron more, if they blitz De'Aaron, especially if we're talking about a close game. Would not be surprised by that whatsoever. So this is an opportunity, as we've said, opportunity for the Kings. I was doing a radio interview today with my guy Q in Vegas, and Q asked me, about the atmosphere and all of that, and I said, look, I think there's a decent amount of Kings fans that are looking at this series, and I think it's the right way to look at it. This is a great opportunity. You have a chance to go from being not in the playoffs for 16 seasons For 17 calendar years, you have a chance to go from being that team, being mocked by everybody across the country, being the joke narrative of the NBA for 16 years. You have a chance going from that to, in the first round of your first playoff series in 16 seasons, taking out the defending NBA champions in Steph Curry.
That's a nice pelt to walk into the second round with.
No doubt about it.
Holding up.
No doubt about it.
Steph Curry pelt, you know?
So, I mean, and if you want to extend it further, which I don't want to get too far down the road here, but you might legit, how this sets up, you might legit have a chance to beat Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant. So it starts with the Warriors. It starts with the defending champions. And that's something that nobody can take away from you. If you walk into this series and you beat the Golden State Warriors, nobody, absolutely nobody, is going to take that from you. Nobody can say a damn word about it. All this talk that's being spewed out there about how the Kings, you know, the fact that they're the biggest underdog as a 6 seed in 33 years, all of that gets erased if you take care of business. You go beat Golden State, watch what happens.
Did you say it would be the winner of Lakers and
Grizzlies
in the second round, right?
Yes.
That the Kings would get?
Yes.
Do you think if it's the Lakers, the 7 seed, they're the underdogs once going through the Warriors, or does this earn the respect?
No, I mean, I think if they beat Golden State, I think they get respect.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think if the Kings win this series, I think you will see the national media flip-flop as fast as you've ever seen them flip-flop before. You will have people screaming from the mountaintops about how the Kings are dangerous, they're scary. They were disrespected as a 3 seed. They beat the defending champions. They've got a historic offense, yada, yada. You'll see that thing flip quick. It will flip super quick. So it's all in front of you.
Series already, man.
It's all in front of you.
Get going. Ready to start. Ready to tip this thing off.
Good things come to those who wait. Not with this series, though. We just want this to happen right now.
Start it now.
Enough is enough. Megadeth night, we want the flip-flop. Flippity, floppity, floppity, flippity. Your thoughts? Kings, Warriors. We're talking about it all week. 916-339-1140 is the text line, if you haven't heard. Phone number is 1-800-920-1140, if you haven't heard. And YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. When you swing by, don't be alarmed. Baby Yoda chilling today.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Just like the Kings.
Yep.
Maybe like young and cute to a lot of teams, but dangerous. They'll mess you up.
Can we get to 75 likes?
That's the message of Baby Yoda.
We're at 62. We need a baker's dozen, as they say.
Bright-eyed, looks harmless.
13 thumbs, people. That's all we need. 13 thumbs up.
Tiny little hands.
Doesn't cost you anything. You're trying to get me and you won't. Little fingernails. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Ramie's done. He's getting close. He's on the border.
No,
he's on the borderline here.
We keep it together.
Today. All right, we'll continue. What else are we gonna continue with? You know what we're gonna continue.
Oh, look at that! They have they're watching the game outside in Toronto.
Oh, are they?
They have like a whole thing.
Oh,
yeah.
You don't say.
Big crowd, huge screen, outdoors, watching their team in the postseason. Huh? You can do that? I didn't know you could do that.
Fred VanVleet just drained down a half-court shot,
and they're losing their mind in Jurassic Park.
Whoa. Bill Bellamy is going to be a guest on ESPN for I don't know why.
Hey, man, good for
I
him.
haven't seen or heard of Bill Bellamy in about a decade.
I'm glad he's still kicking.
I'm guessing he's best friends with Stephen A., and that's why he's making the show. Just a guess. How important is Game 1? Our thoughts coming up in 90 seconds.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Hand off McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feels super, baby! The 5-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. I am Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered FlexSteel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
One brings Makloff magic, while the other, we're still trying to figure that out.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
JJ very demanding during the break. Very demanding.
Trying to do his job.
Demanding.
That's part of his job, though.
You don't say that when I demand certain things at this job. You don't say, oh, it's just Nick doing his job.
You're right. I should have said please. That's my
All right, JJ pop in. He's like, I need Monte cuts. Okay.
I know my mom wouldn't be proud.
You can handle that, Ramie. Give the man some Monte cuts while I
do your thing.
While I do another promo. Because
got you.
This show is toilets, kings, and promos.
And Baby Yoda.
And Baby Yoda mixed in. Quick Quack Car Wash. Sactown Sports want to send you to Kings playoff game. Head to SactownSports.com now. Register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at the G1C. Of course, we talked about this all day today. Game 2 is Monday night, 7 o'clock tip, if you're wondering. All courtesy of Quick Quack, proud partner of the Kings with over 30 locations in the Sacramento area. At Quick Quack, wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy the fast service that will have your car clean, shined, and dried in under 3 minutes. So thanks to Quick Quack.
Love you, Quick Quack. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I need to get my car washed.
So before we get back to the Kings.
Yes, sir.
I just want to point out how it is working with Ramie. So
what did I do? What did I do now?
Said so we'll get the callback coming up next, right? We'll get the callback coming up in a few minutes. And the callback is we take some of the best sound from the guests earlier in the show and we play it for you just in case you missed it.
Yes.
So JJ asked us authoritatively during the quick break if we could get him the cuts. So as you just heard, I said, Ramie, how about you get the cuts to JJ?
And I sent him one.
And what Ramie did was he then asked JJ pretty much for an answer to a question.
I remember his
putting JJ to work.
I remember his answer to your first question one where I was like, oh, that's I didn't think of that, but I don't remember what the question or the subject of the question was.
So what happened was
I just remember
I asked Ramie politely if he could do the work for me for us, and what he did was quickly turn it into more work for JJ.
I gave him one cut. I told him one cut.
Right.
This is his third employee around here.
And then I couldn't remember.
Kyle, Jay.
He's got Simone driving him around Sacramento.
Yeah. Outrageous.
He's got Kyle watching dogs.
Another misrepresentation.
He's got JJ.
All I do is bring the magic here. Bring your Kings to the playoffs and droughts. And what do I get in return?
Oh, my goodness.
Shade. That's what I get in return.
Frank McDonald, YouTube. I'm just hoping our fans don't pass out by the second quarter from the yelling and excitement. Yeah, I mean, look. Maybe my expectations are too high, but I don't think they are. I think Saturday night is going to be awesome. Kings fans are going to be incredible. I can't wait. I'm not going to go to game 1. I'm going to go to game 2. And I'm not like, I'm very fortunate to be able to go to a game. Saturday would be a pretty busy day, and I try to keep the weekends to the wifey. So, and, you know, as we know, getting tickets to this game is impossible. So I'm going to get one of the credentials. I get to go to one game, and then I'm going to use a credential for Monday. But when I'm watching on Saturday, I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait to hear you screaming and losing your minds on ABC. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
16 years of pent-up frustration.
Ready for America. to see what Kings fans
That's
are all
right,
about.
America.
About to find out what Kings fans are all about.
America, I like Sacramento, huh? Got some Sacramento for you in the face. Sactown in the face.
Oh, you like that?
I almost said
America.
sack in the face. That would not have been.
You just did.
I know. I know. So how important is game one in this series? I expect this. Let me ask you seriously, because I know you've been saying Kings in 3.
Yes.
But
what, you don't think I mean that, Nick?
I think you
don't
might
think I
it.
mean that?
You're a little different. I don't know. I expect this to go 6 or 7 games. Do you expect this to go 6 or 7 games?
Yeah, I can't see either of these teams going down easy, for sure.
JJ, just give me the thumbs up. I know you're looking for questions for Ramie. Yeah, thumbs up. All right, so we're all in agreement here. 6 or 7 games. So how important is game one in a series like that? Well, here was Draymond Green talking about the upcoming series on his podcast.
It's going to be a tough matchup, but of course I got the Dubs taking this one. Why would I not have the Dubs taking this one? But it'll be tough. I'm looking forward to it. You know, you want to try to get these games done as fast as you can. I would love to get it done in 4, maybe 5. Very hard to do. I don't care who you playing, by the way, whether it's a great team or not so great team. Very hard to do that. But that's always ideally what you want to try to do. This is a team, a young team that doesn't have much playoff experience. You want to try to pounce on that right away. You don't want to let them get hope, start getting more experience and start believing. You want to try to take that. You want to instill doubt right away. As much as you can, instill the doubt immediately. And so that has to be our goal going in. That will be our goal. I have no doubt that we can get that done.
How important is game one?
It's big. I don't think that the Kings will get intimidated. I said earlier in the week, Nick, I hope Kings fans are ready because there are going to be parts of games, there might even be entire games that look ugly. You know what I mean? Because the Warriors are that good a team. One off shooting night, if the threes aren't falling, like you could be looking at an ugly quarter or an ugly half or even an ugly game. And that doesn't mean that the series is over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I would say the same to the Kings. I'm sure Mike Brown, if he feels the need to, would say the same to the Kings. Maybe he saved that Draymond clip to his phone to play back to him like he did the Brian Windhorst clip calling them a mark.
Yes.
I don't think, though, that this team is the type that will get intimidated or get down if they do have a bad quarter or a bad half or a bad game that gets ugly or gets out of hand. There's a reason they haven't lost 3 games in a row. They've only lost 3 or more games in a row twice this whole season.
Which is still one of the most ridiculous stats of this season.
It's a resilient team. They don't seem to get too high, get too low. I get what Draymond is saying, and I'd probably be thinking the same thing, especially going against a young team, not just an inexperienced team when it comes to the playoffs, but a chronologically aged young team when you're talking about the Sacramento Kings. That could be a thing. You know what I mean? And it might be. I'm not saying that he's wrong. It might be, and I would definitely be trying to find out if I'm Draymond Green and the Sacramento Kings.
I think game one's very important. I think, look, all the narratives coming in, right? All the narratives coming into this series, the fact that the Warriors are a heavy favorite considering they're the 6th seed, if the Kings could punch them in the face in game one, that's making a statement. If you look down the barrel at the Warriors on Saturday night and you punch them directly in the neck or the face or wherever, and you make that statement,
effective.
Neck punch, very
effective.
Not as good as a headbutt at the bridge of the nose, but
sure.
Both of those things very effective.
All will work.
Whether it's a headbutt to the bridge of the nose or a karate chop to the neck, whatever you got to do. If you make that statement, I think it means something. I think it absolutely means something. I also would remind people, look, you can't slip at home, man. Golden State's 33-8 at home. We talk about their road record all the time. They're ultimately beatable on the road this year. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But they are the 3rd best team at home in the Western Conference. They're 33-8. I think you're fortunate if you can get a game in the Chase Center. Not saying you can't do it, obviously, but I think that the chances of you beating the Warriors at the Chase Center, they're not great because they have been great at home. As bad as they've been on the road, they've been even better at home. So if you lose game one, that immediately shifts home court advantage to the Warriors. And that's a mind bleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this team's been resilient. I agree with you. And I would not doubt their resiliency. But if you go out there on that floor in game one on Saturday night, and the Warriors are the ones that headbutt you in the bridge of the nose or karate chop you in the neck, then you might reel back a little bit and go, whoa. We don't know how they're going to react. Different when you have 82 games in a season. You get punched in the face in game one. Now you're thinking, man, we got to win 4 out of the next 6.
Yeah.
And now home court advantage just swung. Now they have it.
I mean, obviously the task at hand gets tougher. Winning 4 of 6 against the Warriors is very tough. I don't think it has the deflating effect, the mental effect that Draymond Green maybe thinks that it does, of sending this team reeling and intimidated. And I don't see that from this team. We haven't seen them in the playoffs, so we don't know, because you don't know until you know, and we haven't seen them there yet. From what I've seen from this team, I trust that they'll be able to pick themselves up off the mat. Yeah,
they've responded, and I would too. But again, it's the unpredictable factor. You just really never know,
right?
And we've talked about it all year, Ramie. The Kings have not been good enough at home. And if you want to hit the reset button and you want to talk about playoffs, and this crowd is going to be freaking electric on Saturday. The whole area is going to be electric. Everywhere. Doko is going to be electric. Every establishment you walk into, hopefully, is bananas. And so set the tone, man. You weren't great at home during the season. Be great in the postseason. And that starts on Saturday night.
I want some wings, a beer, and some playoff basketball right now.
Sacramento, where you at? We're going to make that happen on Saturday.
Right now.
We go behind enemy lines with Monte Poole coming up in the callback.
Cattles
and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Mark Finan in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Skies will stay mainly clear tonight. Look for a breeze to pick up during the night tonight, and tomorrow will be a breezy day as well, with highs in the upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Plumbing, electrical, heating and air, everything that makes your home your home. With Bonnie, you sure got that covered. And right now, get your air conditioner tuned up for just $79. Originally $129. Bonnie.com.
The Kings are in the playoffs, and Sactown Sports and Quick Quack Car Wash want to send you to a game. Head to the Sactown Sports website and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center. All courtesy of Quick Quack, proud partner of the Sacramento Kings with over 30 locations in the Sacramento area. At Quick Quack, wash your car all you want with an unlimited membership and enjoy the fast service that will have your car clean, shined, and dried in under 3 minutes.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Growing a business brings pressure. Staying compliant and retaining top talent in challenging times. You feel stretched thin. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put over 35 years of HR service and technology to work, offering my employees competitive benefit options while lightening my HR load. Engaged people empowered to be their best means overcoming obstacles. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. What's going on for Ram Truck Month, Chad?
Big savings and even better financing. Save up to $11,500 off MSRP on new 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. Plus, financing as low as 1.9%. That's thousands more in savings on the truck you've always wanted. And we have over 400 new Ram trucks available, so you're sure to find your perfect truck.
Well, what if we're looking to save a few bucks at the pump?
We've got you covered there, too, with up to $14,000 in net savings when you lease a 2023 Jeep Wrangler Sahara 4x for only $459 a month for 36 months and only $19.95 due at signing. This is easily one of the best plug-in hybrids you can get.
And that is why Hoblet has so many great customer reviews. They make you feel like family. Stop by for a test drive today or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Best prices, best selection, period.
11,500 total net savings after 5,500 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discount. Rebates include 2,000 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital qualify. 500 on the job uplift for business owners. Special 1.9% financing available for 36 months on approved credit through Chrysler Capital. 14,000 total net savings for lessee only. Includes 3,000 My Card lease bonus cash. 7,500 hybrid electric Fed tax credit rebate plus 3,500 Hoblet discount. 10,000 miles per year. 25 cents per mile in excess. 5 each net savings. See dealer for details.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone with your Sactown Sports headlines. The coveted NBA playoff calendar dropped this afternoon. Ride with us as Cattles and Ramie highlight all of the need-to-know dates for this highly anticipated first round of the 2023 NBA playoffs. Otherwise in the association, last night the play-in tournament jumped off. The Atlanta Hawks two-stepped over the Miami Heat with a final score of 116-105. The Lakers of La La Land skid past the shorthanded Timberwolves squad in an overtime 108-102 victory. Tonight on the play-in docket, Chicago Bulls go international squaring up with the Toronto Raptors, and the Oklahoma City Thunder slide down to the Big Easy to tussle with the Pelicans of New Orleans. And finally, as Sacramento continues to gear up for the Battle of I-80, Sactown Sports has your chance to score the hottest seats in the NBA. Head to SactownSports.com and register to win a pair of tickets to Game 2 of the first round at Golden One Center, all courtesy of Quick Quack Car Wash. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. JJ, please hit that callback.
I'm going to light up these phone lines.
The phone is ringing, and we are checking to see who's on the line.
Long time listener, first time caller.
News, gossip, a story.
Okay, who's the next victim?
It's the callback
on Cattles and Ramie.
Yeah, we back. So today we were joined by Monte from NBC Sports Bay Area, Warriors analyst. He was on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Of course, Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. And we asked Monte, was the Dub season this team declining or were they just bored?
No, I think it's a legitimate struggle. You go on the road and there are a lot of games that you're supposed to win pretty easily and when you don't. You know, this is a team that got swept by the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. So you look at those two teams and how do you get swept by those two teams? Because you didn't defend that well at home to win. You didn't defend well enough on the road to win. So you look at what the Warriors are trying to do in terms of the veteran core, and then you look at the other guys, younger guys, and it's just a different cast of characters than they had last year. And to me, the biggest factor is that the guys they had last year coming off the bench were mostly guys who've been around for a while, veteran guys. For the young guys, I don't know that they have the same grit, that every game might be the last mentality. And it shows in some of the 50-50 balls and some of the other things you see.
Ramie, I ask you this. Do we even have this question about decline or boredom if Steph Curry doesn't miss 26 games?
No, probably not. But I thought it was really interesting because, Nick, I kind of make the same assumption as we talked about it earlier. And I said part of it's probably some decline, but also just some bad luck when you talk about injuries. And part of it, a lot of it, probably just boredom and not really care. I mean, Draymond Green said that the regular season doesn't matter. He told Dylan Brooks a month ago, I have trouble waking up and getting out of bed for a game in March. What are you getting so excited about? So Draymond has told us that the regular season doesn't really matter to them. I was chalking up a lot of their struggles to that, but there's Monte Poole, a guy who sees this team, knows this team as well as anybody, doing what he does for NBC Sports California. And he's saying, no, there's been some real struggles for this basketball team that it sounded like he was saying may translate into the postseason. Like they don't have it all figured out, and it's not the same old Warriors that you're used to seeing necessarily in 2023.
I mean, they have lost guys that helped them last year. Bielitsa, gone. You can look at Andre Iguodala, who, he's pretty much been at the very end of the bench for the most part the last few years. But he could play a role here and there, right? I mean, you're looking at Gary Payton. They had to bring him back, fortunately, but Otto Porter Jr. not on the team anymore. So they lost a couple guys to that, to their rotation from last year. Will Jonathan Kuminga step up? Maybe. Dante DiVincenzo could also play a pretty big role. And really the biggest thing to me is Andrew Wiggins. And we've heard that Andrew Wiggins is going to play on Saturday, according to Bob Myers, the GM. Now, Wiggins said today after shoot-around that he's going to play it by ear. So, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't play on Saturday, but I'm pretty confident he will, he'll have some limits. And speaking of Wiggins, we asked Monte Poole how big of a factor could he be?
Yeah, I think he will be in the starting lineup. But initially, he will be there'll be a minutes restriction. My guess is that it'll be somewhere between 20, 24 minutes maybe, and he'll ramp his way up as the series goes on. And maybe, at some point get to the 30s. But, the long absence is a factor, and so there's no way you can have him come back and play 35 minutes his first game back. So, but I do think he will start. There's been some question about that, but I still believe that he will be in the starting lineup.
Said it yesterday, Wiggins could be a huge X factor. He averaged 25 and 6 against the Kings this season. He shot lights out. He's like 58% and 38%, almost 39% from three. 2 steals a game, 2+ steals a game. And Ramie, his ability to defend. We talk about the Kings not having the length as other teams have and not as much athleticism. Well, that makes Wiggins a problem because he can defend 1 through 4. Mm-hmm. And really, if you go small ball 5, Wiggins could defend 1 through 5.
Yeah, he presents problems for anybody, Nick, for exactly the reason that you just laid out there. But I think he especially presents some problems for this Kings team because De'Aaron Fox is one of the guys that makes this thing go. You know what I mean? And I think Andrew Wiggins could present some problems for a De'Aaron Fox and a couple other guys, even when D Fox isn't in the game. Malik Monk is a guy that might see a lot of Andrew Wiggins when he's in the game. Keegan Murray might see some Andrew Wiggins, and he's a disruptor, man. He's a disruptor defensively, and he's become a two-way player since getting to Golden State after being, a bust or a disappointment, whatever you want to call it, in Minnesota. You've really seen what people saw when he was coming out of college since he got to Golden State, and they've sort of tapped into that special talent that dude has.
He can score at all 3 levels. He can take it to the rack. He can score in the mid-range. He can knock down threes. I think he's a huge piece of the puzzle for the Warriors in this series. And if you're a Kings fan, you're hoping that Wiggins can't play more than 20 minutes a night. Slow return. So there you go, Monte Poole on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. By the way, thanks to everybody watching on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. 76 likes, so we got past the 75 mark. All the credit is due to this
Grogu.
Beautiful
Baby Yoda.
Little green Yoda. It's all little baby Yoda.
How the hands looking? How's the pedicure look?
He's looking good.
I mean, the manicure.
looking sharp. Looking sharp. By the way, shout out to First Tech Federal Credit Union for sponsoring this program.
Hey.
I don't mean to brag or anything, but Ramie and I, we are the only show that's sponsored on YouTube. I'm just going to say it.
Wow.
All right.
So, David can stick that in his pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
First Tech Federal
like
Credit
that,
Union.
Dave.
Thank you.
You're not going to like this. I'm kind of with David.
Gotta watch Simone, Nick.
I was just going to say maybe he could catch a Save Mart sponsorship.
I don't trust you, Simone.
You can trust me.
I gotta watch out for you.
Why?
I personally do love Save Mart.
Double cross me today.
Just want to put that out there.
So did Ramie. We just said we agree with the kid.
The likes.
When the man's right, he's right. I mean.
Love the likes. Thumbs up. Fantastic stuff. Little effort from you means an awful lot to us. So thanks to everyone who is watching, listening to us on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. And thanks especially to those who gave us a thumbs up. And even more thanks to those who have subscribed. If you subscribe to the channel,
it's huge.
It just all the content, lots of content that we create here at Sactown Sports. You will be made aware of that content. You won't miss a thing during this Kings playoff run. Sactown Sports 1140, youtube.com. Our 2 future Hall of Famers about to be dealt this NBA offseason. We'll give you the latest next.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. The regular season is over. Now the real test begins.
Kings will have the number 3 seed. They'll have the home court advantage.
Sactown Sports is your home for all things Kings as they enter into a first-round matchup with the Warriors.
Fox steps into 3. He stops a triple, and the Kings have regained the lead. But against the explosive Warriors, you can't hold your breath.
Stay tuned to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the most comprehensive Sacramento Kings playoff coverage.
Great team. Where's the defense? Okay, everyone take a break. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking, when is something too good to be true? When it probably is. And had I not experienced it for myself, this spectacular season would definitely qualify as too good to be true. So everyone out there in Radio Land, continue to enjoy. Something else that could seem too good to be true is Good Feet Arch Supports. But trust me, I've experienced firsthand the comfort, balance, and support possible with Good Feet Arch Supports. And so have countless others who have pretty much given up hope. It's time you felt good again. Take your feet to the Good Feet store for a free personalized arch support fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support missing in your life. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I want to talk to you about my friends at Amy Ace Hardware and Amy's Outdoor Living. It's warm. The weather is finally here. It's time to get outdoors. And my friends at Amy Ace Hardware and Amy Outdoor Living are celebrating with a huge warehouse sale, 3 days only, this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 8 to 5 p.m. The warehouse is at 11255 Pirates Way, Suite 200 in Gold River off Sunrise and 50. Slash prices on patio furniture, including top quality brands like Brown, Jordan, and others. Everything for your backyard, like umbrellas, cushions, fire pits, and lounge chairs. You're going to find huge discounts on slightly dented and demoed Weber and Traeger grills. Pick you up a Traeger like I have. Pick one up today. Even some pre-light Christmas trees. So, hey, bring your truck, load it up. 3-day warehouse sale at 11255 Pirates Way, Gold River off of Sunrise and 50. Follow the signs and tell me buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Get ready to feel the roar when playoff basketball comes to Sacramento.
The Sacramento Kings are going to the playoffs.
Your Pacific Division champion Kings have clinched a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs. Head to kings.com/playoffs for the latest news on games, tickets, watch parties, and more. Don't miss your chance to experience the Kings in the playoffs and cheer on your Sacramento Kings. Visit kings.com/playoffs now.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. Stockton.
Number one claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own loan report.
Golfers, the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop is redefining the word sale. With $500,000 in Cleveland, Strixon, and Zexio closeout inventory, you're sure to find your next nearly new showroom clubs at discounts up to 75%. From full sets of irons to metalwoods to wedges, visit the Hagen Oaks Garage Sale and find discounts up to 75% on selected clubs right now at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, the number one choice for golfers everywhere. Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway or online at hagenoaks.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Any too legit, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Whoever does the music choice, or choice says has good taste, keep it up. Listen, there's one man that has the ones and twos on this show. Sir. And that is JJ. And if you don't know, JJ, I don't know if it's his number one love outside of his family. It's close. My man JJ loves music.
Yeah, you spot on, brother.
Loves it.
Love it, man. I do research on music. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I definitely do you guys just listen to albums just to say, yeah, I'll listen to it? Or no, you guys not that?
I used to.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore, JJ.
When CDs were jumping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Albums aren't really a thing anymore.
True
man.
that. True that.
My brain doesn't even really work in albums anymore. You know what? Like, I can't remember what song albums are off of. You know what I mean? Like, songs are just, everything is a single in my head now. Everything.
Happens when you age, Ramie.
Yeah, I guess.
I will say this, though. This is one of my, I have, for the lack of the proper term, pet peeves for the show is I like to make sure that it sounds crispy for you guys. I like to make sure that you guys are excited coming back, you know.
Well, we appreciate
you guys give the energy off of that. So I always try to make sure that it makes sense for you guys.
Yeah, it matters, man. It sets the tone for
So
the show.
what JJ is saying is he's not really necessarily worried about the Kyle vibe.
No.
And there goes Simone protecting Kyle.
Leave my baby alone. No love for the boy.
Meanwhile, cousin Pete, Simone sounding smooth on the updates.
Thank you.
Getting
Thank
getting better every day. So lots of compliments to JJ and Simone. Not so much you and I, Ramie, but lots of comments and compliments.
It's all right.
People. Text
Whatever
line,
reason they're listening, I'm glad they're listening.
Text line 916-339-1140. Cattles, please stop roasting the Duke of Carmichael. If you make nice, he might gift you a ticket. Remember, all tickets run through the Duke.
If Dave does, David, I'm sorry, have tickets, you know, I just want to say I supported his stance.
By the way, we did have we had a poll on YouTube for David, and was Carmichael David in the right to get Warriors signage down at an East Sac grocery store? 90% say yes.
I mean,
and I agree with that.
93 votes too. Thank you so much.
Hey.
We didn't hate the votes. But.
I agree. I agree that the having the signage up was a terrible mistake.
It was the tactic that he took.
Not a fan.
A
fan of tweeting it out. I think.
Do you think he gets results if he doesn't tweet it out? Because I don't know that he does. I hate to come on here and stump for David, but
how about just try to handle it personally, and if you don't get results, then maybe go to the next level.
It's fair.
To me, the tweet is like third level stuff. Like first level is talk to somebody. Second level is say it on the show. Third level is tweet it.
I know the tweet. The tweet is taking it public and kind of calling him on the carpet, but I feel so Karen-y if I did it in person. You know what I mean?
We did. We had somebody call. We had somebody call David a Karen today.
You're displaying. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to come off well in that.
So then you can only do it on the internet?
Yeah, I think so.
Ew.
So instead of coming across as a Karen, like one-on-one, come across as a Karen to thousands of people.
No, what you come off as when you do it publicly on social media is a man of the people, a hero of the people. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's your story. You're sticking to it. Meanwhile, Dame Dollar, Bradley Beal, I would say both guys have been seen as the epitome of loyalty in the NBA, right? Both guys standing by their organizations. They've played through a number of seasons that haven't gone great. Bradley Beal more than Dame. Dame had some, has had a little bit more success team-wise than Beal has. But I think they're both officially on the back nine territory of their career. And now you wonder, is that loyalty going to start to fracture a little bit? Are they looking to maybe go somewhere else? They don't want to be stuck in a place that's not going to win. Here was Dame this week on his future.
Building and, guys 2 and 3 years away from really going after it. You know what I'm saying? And, I think we get Shaden at 19 and he's just different. You know what I'm saying? I think he just being around him, his disposition, how he listens, I'm just not, I just ain't interested in that, being honest. And this is not a secret, you know what I mean? I want a chance to go for it. And if the route is to do that, then, that's not my route. So, I think we all in line with doing what we got to do to put a team together that we can actually go out there and get something done. You know what I mean?
I mean, he dunked on Shaden Sharp.
Yeah, he did.
Not sure why Shaden caught the stray, but he did. He's like, how he approaches things, not really my thing. Not really what I like. He just completely went after
I get his frustration though, man. I mean, I think anybody gets his frustration, right?
Yeah, I think frustration, definitely.